Thursday edition. The Micah Parsons project is on a 9-month no football timeline / rule. And he had surgery on December 29th. So you do the math edition. The delayed by 1 day, but always worth the wait, Steve the Homer True scheduled to appear. That allowed us to spend a little more time with Brian Bulaga yesterday without worrying about getting to Uncle Homer edition. And the enjoy it while it lasts, one more day of the three of us not being in the same place all at the same time, because we are back tomorrow all together at the AmFam Championship. And I think we can all agree our show's much better when we're in different places. Edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the amazing ESPN Wisconsin app, which is free, which is fully customizable, and which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from his genuinely undisclosed location, I don't remember the last time you were there when I was on with you.
It's been a minute.
The skies may be blue wherever he may be, but we will not have a good view of them from his undisclosed location. He is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. Am I hearing things, or did I hear someone talk?
I think Gel did
big
something
voice
there.
guy sneaking in.
A lot of issues back here. My bad.
Did you get a haircut, Jesse?
No.
Okay. You just washed it?
All right.
Okay. Fair enough. Tausch, how you doing?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm curious what I'm supposed to make of the 9-month no football rule that Micah Parsons shared with us yesterday. And for those that didn't hear it, he talked for about 20 minutes. I incurred the wrath of a colleague by thinking he was done with an answer and interrupting. So I apologize to that. But he talked about a lot of stuff.
Well, who yelled at you?
No, but I got some displeased
Side-eye?
looks. Yeah. Which
What
I hate
did you
it when
do?
that happens. Well, I thought he had finished his answer, and I'm on the other side, and I don't, we might as well just move him and Love into the media auditorium if this is how we're going to do it, because they don't do it at their locker. They do it out in the hallway, and it's quite the scrum. Takes up a lot of, it's got to be violating a fire code, because I don't think you could get through that hallway if the fire alarm went off. And so, my fault, interrupted, thought he was done. He paused. Other people do that all the time. But nevertheless, I apologize for interrupting him. But I did think his answer was interesting once I did ask my question. We'll get to that later. But let's hear exactly what he said about this strict 9-month rule that the Packers and their medical staff have given him as he comes back from a torn anterior cruciate ligament in his left knee and also meniscus damage that he said he had cleaned up as part of the procedure.
I think the goal has always just been, not right now, but longevity with my career here, and I think they want that approach. And we have a pretty strong 9-month rule, so it's just all about just through the research and the data. There's no good outcomes with players coming back early from ACL, especially if you add in all the other things that get fixed up. So it's just all about completing the rehab the best of our ability and then seeing where we're at from there.
Tausch, when you hear that, there are no good outcomes from coming back early from an ACL. Unfortunately, you have double the experience that Micah has at this point, having done it twice. Is that true? And what do you think of the strict 9-month rule that he refers to there?
Yeah, I don't know if that's that rule must have changed. It must be different than back in the old days. And obviously technology and everything else has gotten better. Mike is right in the fact that I think the more time that you give, the more confident you'll be. And there are studies that have shown that I think that bounce back from it is better if you give it 9 months. But there have been a lot of guys that have done it earlier. And I think it's smart for Micah and the team to get out in front of this and say that. And then if he does end up playing a little bit earlier, I think everybody will be pleasantly surprised. Because one of the things I think that's really tough on players is when you're rehabbing and you're getting there and you're having to answer questions about when you're back and how you're going to get back. It's better to kind of sneak attack it. So I don't know if it's going to be exactly 9 months. Like, is it exact science to say, well, it's 9 months exactly? It's everybody's going to have a different rehab. Everybody is going to come back. Adrian Peterson came back in 6 months.
That's
RG3
exactly
came back too soon, and his career never bounced back. Was it worth it? No. And in Micah Parsons' case, he's obviously a young player. And I thought some of the comments he made yesterday were really poignant and I think very smart. But there is a pressure that guys feel. Let's say Adam Shine is right and the Green Bay Packers start off 0-2. You think Micah Parsons is going to sit there and say, oh, well, I got to wait 9 months and we could be 0-6. And there's a process that you want to work through. Setting dates and setting benchmarks, I think, are huge when you're rehabbing. I know for me that was really important. But I just don't think you can just, you can't just, you could say whatever you want. But 9 months or 9 months and 1 week, there has to be some fluidity with how you're feeling, how you're ramped up, and when you're ready to go. But I think setting that date and taking away kind of the narrative that he would be back in week 2 or week 3, maybe he will, but I think to add that pressure, I think RG3 had there was like a Adidas campaign out in the newspapers that he'd be back for the opening week, and that maybe forced him to push, and he wasn't fully healthy. So I think what Micah's general point was yesterday was, I'm going to wait the full 9 months. I want to be fully healthy because I have a long career ahead of me, and I'm not real worried about the first month. I'm more worried about the last month, which is all true. But I also think that there's going to be some subjectivity to this. This isn't some rigid, he's got to play at 9 months. No, if you're not feeling it at 9 months and you're not there, you don't play. If you're feeling awesome at 8 months and you're moving and everything is there, could you start dabbling a little bit early? I think you could. So that's where I kind of fell on this whole conversation from yesterday.
So a couple things, and then there's a few other things that he said that I want to get to here in the first hour of the show. One, strict 9 months of no football, he subsequently says. That means...
So does that also fall in line for Tucker Kraft? Does Tucker have 9 full months?
Tucker did not talk yesterday. He was busy running on a treadmill imitating Ivan Drago, which I know you appreciated.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd want to be Drago, though. Like, I'd rather him be Rocky if he's doing that.
Well, sure, but I don't...
Drago got his blank kicked.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Drago was on top of the world for a while there. I mean,
he was, and fueled by science.
You tell me an American that is going to sit here and say they'd rather be Drago than Rocky?
So, okay. All right, let me back up.
I don't think there is one.
No, I agree. But he did not go to, like, the forests of South Dakota, his home state, and work
Could have
out.
done an archaeological dig.
I've heard they have a very good one there. But he did not work out like.
Great places, South Dakota.
Been a minute.
He did not work out the way Rocky works out in that landmark film. He was running on a treadmill, very Ivan Drago style.
Sure.
Which forced me to go back and look at that scene and put it together.
Yeah, Jason, my point on that is why not train like Rocky instead of Drago? That's my point. I love the clips, and I think Tucker does some real fun stuff on social media, but, like, come on, man. We're not in Moscow. Like, let's go. Go throw some rocks. do some stuff in a barn where you're pulling, you're pulling those pulleys. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe he can solve the issues that we have with Russia if he would work out like Rocky. Anyway, he tore his ACL on November 2nd. I believe he did not have any further damage beyond the ACL, which would obviously complicate matters. Micah Parsons said he had to have his meniscus cleaned up, as we've discussed on this show before. There are two ways that people are doing meniscus tears now. One is trim it back and you're back sooner. The other is try to repair it, which is what doctors did with J.J. McCarthy, and he had issues with that. So if he had it repaired, that would add more time to his timeline. He said strict 9-month no football. And we said, does that mean no games or no practice? And he said no football. So whatever that looks like, if he's not practicing until he hits the 9-month mark, that means he is out for the first 3 games. That means he is starting on PUP. And I think the reason this was significant, Tausch, is that because of Adrian Peterson, because of Patrick Mahomes, because there are players that have pushed the envelope and come back earlier, I think there were people, and myself would be included, that I at least acknowledge this is a possibility. Holy cow, he's back for the opener, right? That's why I think yesterday was significant, because he took that out of play. He basically said, look, it's going to be the first 3 weeks where I'm not even allowed. No, I don't think you say what he said if you are still open to starting the year or being there for, say, game 3. Like if you say he didn't say a 9-month recovery. He said 9-month no football rule.
Right.
So that puts the first 3 games out of the picture.
Probably. Yeah, I just have been around long enough to know. And is that probably what's going to happen? Yeah. The fact that he said it, I totally agree, is completely significant. And it's very interesting that is the approach that he's taken. And I think it's smart because you are now limiting this conversation to when it's in August and you're doing Wilde and Tausch from the sidelines. And you're saying, boy, Micah looks pretty good over he's rehabbing.
Just like I was saying about Tucker last week, right?
And I don't know, he's ramping up. That takes all that off the table, right? Because he's going to be on PUP. Didn't Goody say he'd be on PUP, but he might not because they would like. I understand you want to have a unified front and you want to have this messaging to be completely accurate. But things change in this league, man. And Micah Parsons is going to be chomping to play. You can best believe that. He's going to have guys, Nate and their team up there kind of pulling him back and saying 9 months is our plan. And if he can give you 12 or 13 games next year before the playoffs, you'll take that right now. If he's fully healthy and going. But there is... I don't care how great of an athlete, and Micah Parsons is a great athlete. Mm-hmm. There's still going to be some mental hurdles to overcome because he's going to do all the stuff, and he's going to be strong as a bull, and he's going to be moving great before they put pads back on. But there are going to be some, boy, I just made that inside move on McGlinchey. Am I going to be able to, do I trust that I can plant and go and be that explosive athlete? There's some things you got to work through before you can get back out there and play. And that's where I kind of thought Micah would have a little ramp up week 2, week 3, even if he's not playing, but he's practicing. When you say I'm not putting pads on or doing anything for 9 months, that really means 10 months because you probably need a month, at least a couple of weeks, to put pads on and ramp up. Because the one thing I don't think you want to do is say no football at all. I'm not going to do anything, and then I'm going to just jump in and play 20, 25 snaps next week? Like, that's not going to happen either. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden you're taking 3 weeks. Now you're looking at 6 weeks because you're probably 2 or 3 week of ramp-up. And that's where I just – that's why all I'm saying is I am not saying he's not, going to do whatever it is. There is a fluidity and things change in this league. Odds are – he's going to be out for the 9 months, but I would bet he's going to be playing sooner than I think a lot of people think. I still believe that.
So the next clip we'll play in the next segment is him talking about what I think are the two games that we talked about when the schedule came out, and stunningly, I turned out to be accurate in the way the NFL schedule makers and the TV networks wanted to set up the Packers' schedule. The Bears game on October 11th at Lambeau, and the Sunday Night Football game against his former team, the Dallas Cowboys, on Sunday, October 18th. We'll hear from him on that. One other thing that I would add, though, is that if he follows the schedule that he talked about, Christian Watson suffered his ACL tear in early January, had surgery a couple weeks later, so it was mid-January. His 9-month rule would have taken him to mid-October. The first game he played in was October 25th, which was in Pittsburgh, and he was really good in that game, and so were Jordan Love and Tucker Kraft. So while this got a lot of headlines, again, I go back to my perspective on it, which was it just took those early games out of play where people were getting their hopes up, and he kind of, you can say that he didn't completely eliminate them, but he came awfully close to doing so. And so, to me, if that ends up being the case, and he is back for the Bears and the Cowboys, then he's on the same timeline as Christian Watson was. Christian Watson just answered a heck of a lot more questions to get there and didn't put that 9-month moratorium on it the way Micah Parsons did yesterday. So he could end up on the same timeline as Micah Parsons, but I will, or as Christian Watson. I will say this, and Chewy brought this up. He said, what if Jordan Love had said this? And I don't know, I wouldn't use Jordan Love as the example, but I think what people want to hear, even when it's not true, is that, I'm pushing to play in the first game. I'm going to do everything in my power to be ready for the first game. Right? I think that's what a lot of people want to hear, even if it doesn't end up coming to fruition. And so I appreciated him. Like, it may not have been what people wanted to hear, but he told the truth, and he talked about Nate Weir becoming basically like his wife because he spent so much time with him and all this other stuff. So I thought he was very good yesterday in giving us insight into all of the process and the thought process, and now we'll see if he is ready for those two marquee games that the NFL held off on scheduling until they thought he'd be back. We'll hear from him on those games after we hear from Tausch about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, you can negotiate and start haggling over when someone's going to be back playing, when they're going to be pupped. You don't want to be doing that when you're shopping for new windows and or doors. Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they never use high-pressure sales tactics. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors also sells, installs, and services them. Real pricing, premium quality, with no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
We'll hear more from Micah Parsons next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Your road to the ESPN Milwaukee Open starts with one lucky phone call. Listen to On the Tee Tuesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee for your chance to qualify. 10 listeners will each receive a randomly assigned golfer in the Memorial Tournament, and the highest finish wins the grand prize twosome.
Thanks to Delzer, a division of Proof, The Bog, Marquette Athletics, Tony Wendorf and Associates, Events by Design, Boucher Automotive, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, Loyal Family Renovations, Gruber Law Offices, and Siding Unlimited.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems. Installation of new or old hoops and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Golf with the greats this June 5th and 6th at the Lombardi Golf Classic. This is your chance to golf alongside sports stars like Jared Aberderis, Brandon Jennings, Jonathan Lucroy, and Derek Watt, while supporting cancer research and treatment through the Vince Lombardi Cancer Foundation. Each foursome golfs a Friday practice round and enjoys the golf gala that evening, then competes in the 18-hole tournament on Saturday with a celebrity partner. Learn more and sign up at lombardifoundation.org. That's lombardifoundation.org.
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint. I'm Phil, saving you tons and tons of money on noodles. 5-pack Boldak Spicy Ramen, $6.99. Or 4-ounce Marussian Yakisoba, $99. I Karambit hot prices on noodles. Boldak, $6.99. Marussian, $99. Low price noodles. Yakisoba, just 99 cents. Better products, better prices, better service, because we're employee owned.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
You know, I mean, your home is about as personal as it gets, right?
We want to build a relationship with homeowners, not only educating them, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us.
Yeah, the interview goes both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to know people while also serving them. It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
Besides that, it's just the right thing to do. See how Big Fish Contracting is renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
For over 40 years, we've been transforming how homeowners live. Mike Wood here from Callan. From kitchens and bathrooms to windows and doors, our design build team delivers a seamless experience, from first ideas to final installation. Now, experience it for yourself. Our new Delafield Design Center is open, located right off Highway 83. Step into new possibilities and get inspired. Start your journey today at callcallan.com and click the green button. Callan. Design, build, live.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss talking about our great friends at Road America. Turn your day into an experience at Road America. Just a short drive from Milwaukee and Green Bay, this legendary track offers more than just racing. Walk the grounds, explore every corner, and watch action from wherever you want. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. And on-site camping lets you stay all weekend. June Sprints is up next and coming June 5th through the 7th. Great food, great views, and non-stop action. Road America, where racing meets the outdoors. Check out roadamerica.com.
It happens without warning. And when it's a truck crash, everything changes. Call Gruber Law Offices and let us protect your rights. We've got the knowledge, skills, and resources to win. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Let's talk a little more about what Micah Parsons had to say yesterday. Tausch and I have both been discussing the timeline as it relates to Packers-Bears at Lambeau, a 3:25 afternoon window start. And then the October 18th game, a week later, on Sunday Night Football against his former team, the Dallas Cowboys. That was brought up to Micah Parsons yesterday, and I would say that he did not necessarily deliver a guarantee that he would be back for those games either. Here he is.
Like I said, it's about, knowing when to go. And it's all about feeling great. Like, I don't think Goody or Nate or Matt, he wants me to go out there if I'm not at 100%. and risk re-injury and lose me for the year, and it's just a waste of a year. Everything is about playoffs and winning football games deep in September. Yeah, those games are important, but maybe we don't see Dallas twice, but we see Chicago twice. And the games that we have in December are even more playoff games. And not to even just look that far ahead, but we got a tough game, tough schedule this year. And I think for the betterment, everyone wants me at 100 and wants me in those games so we can make this championship run.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, Micah. They want you in those games against the Bears and the Cowboys too, though. And again, lowering expectations is not a bad thing. But most players, Tausch, don't say what he's. The last person that said, I want to be 100%, they ran him out of town. His name was Jair Alexander, and there were a lot of people that were not pleased with him. I am not comparing the two. I'm just saying that phrase is one that some people find to be a little bit off-putting. So when you hear him say that about Bears and Cowboys early in October or mid-October, you still feel the same way as you did before the break?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I just think, obviously, there's a plan in place, and I don't know what that all means as far as the ramp-up and anything else. Does that mean 9 months, 1 day he's going to play? Yep, maybe. I think Micah, as he's sitting here right now, wants to be as smart as he can. And I think we all are hoping for that. And I think we're all looking at the investment that the Packers made in Micah, in both draft capital and in straight cash. This is something you want to make sure he is ready to roll at the end of the season and he can stay healthy and be a great player for 5 or 6 more years, not for 6 months. So all of that makes sense, but if you don't think Mike is going to want to play against the Dallas Cowboys at Lambeau, come on, of course he does. Now, whether or not they're going to stick to the strict, rigid 9-month rule, I don't know. I've seen this movie before, and was it Rashawn Gary came back a little bit earlier? And I know you could say, well,
that's exactly who I was going to bring up next.
Maybe he should have stayed later. And Tucker Kraft, I'm guessing, is going to be back in football pads before 9 months. So there's plans in place, right? Is he not going to be – if he starts camp like he said he was going to, that'll be less than 9 months, right?
August 2nd would be from the injury. I have to look up when Tucker said he had his surgery.
Well, but it's the surgery. It's not the injury, right?
Right. I know, but I don't have that at my fingertips. I was counting on my fingers, actually. It would be 9 months on August 2nd since the injury. So, yes, I think what you're saying is he would be on an earlier timeline. Now, in addition, Micah Parsons did mention Tucker Kraft specifically and say he had a clean tear just of his ACL, and then he added the part about his own meniscus tear. So,
sure.
And you know this better than anyone. Not even the 2 ACL tears that you had in your own body were the same.
They're very similar.
Okay. Well,
they're very similar.
You could have worked with me there.
All I'm saying, well, I like being honest. All I'm saying is that these things are subjective. Not every player is the same. There's protocols, and then there's the reality of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
There's playoff games, there's big games, and then there's just regular season games. And I think the thought process by the NFL, and you pointed it out as the schedule release was coming, was there's a good chance that he'll be back by then. Maybe it won't be. Patrick Mahomes back practicing already. He tore his ACL around the same time. So there's different, Mike is a freak, and he needs to be as athletic and as freaky as he can. Mahomes, maybe that's not the case. But just because you say, well, it's going to be 9 months, again, that's your baseline. That's where you set it, and there's a lot of subjectivity within that, regardless of how everything else shakes out. Do I, after listening to what Micah said yesterday, I did pause, and now I am going to at least – if you asked me before he talked yesterday, Will he be back for that Bears and Cowboys games? I would have told you absolutely. Now I'm more skeptical. I still don't think that door is closed, but I'm definitely more skeptical that maybe he won't be here. Maybe he won't be playing until after Halloween in early November. And if that's what everybody thinks is the best thing for him to finish the season strong, great. That's what it is. But then, all of a sudden, you have to look. That makes me think, if that is indeed how this is going to play, I would think Green Bay is going to be more aggressive in that market and going out maybe after a sweat. I know Rappaport said it wasn't going to happen. Maybe that changes that math, because this is not – it can't just be let's just limp into the playoffs and hope we get hot. I still believe this team knows they need to be better in the regular season. They need to have a better record. They need to win the division. And we saw how this team played without Micah last year. Can't do it again. You either better have guys that can handle this better. It's a softer schedule, but you can't lose. You can't start the season 1-5 without Micah. You better have a plan in place. If this is how you're going to execute it, which by Micah's account it is, you better have a plan in place. And whether that's the young guys and Lucas Van Ness being ballers, or if it's going and getting somebody else, you can't start the season 1-5. You're going to be behind too big of an 8 ball, and you ain't going to get to where you need to go in the regular season to give yourself a chance in the postseason to have the best chance to be successful. And that means not having to go play 3 road games.
Right. And to your point, if I were a betting man, which I'm not, I would say he makes his triumphant return and runs out of the tunnel with the defensive starters for Packers-Bears on October 11th. But
is that 9 months?
That October 11th. 9 months from surgery. December 29th was the surgery. September 29th would be 9 months. September has 30 days, so that game against the Bears would be 12 days after the 9-month mark.
Oh! Hey! I thought it was okay. Yeah. No, he'll be back. He'll be playing in both those games.
So, but
I thought it was not. Yeah, okay.
So what I think
bad on that.
What I think is important, though, and this is the one thing I'd be curious if people want to chime in via the text portion of the Carbless Talk and text line 844-770-3776. In any way, were you disappointed in what you heard? Because I think that was what Chewy was kind of driving at when I was on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning. Was that, I think there were folks, and again, I am not saying that I wasn't among them. Like, I was like, dude's a freak, right? We're seeing him running in sand and all the other stuff that he's posted. He's working out with World Cup teams or Premier League teams. Like, I wouldn't put anything past him was kind of my attitude going into our conversation with him yesterday, and I came out of it like, all right, he ain't playing in the first 3 games, probably not the first 4 games. That's how I came out of that conversation. And I'm just curious if fans were disappointed and if they had higher hopes that he would be back sooner, because I could see them feeling that way. All right, I do want to get to the question that I interrupted a previous answer to ask, because I think this is interesting, and I think it factors in to the way they're viewing his comeback as well, about championship windows, which we started with Pella. Now you're going to tell us about the AmFam Championship, where we will all be together tomorrow at TPC.
Oh, that'll be fun. We will be there tomorrow, and the American Family Insurance Championship will be as well. It returns to Madison tomorrow. Wisconsin's own Steve Stricker hosts the PGA Tour Champions event at TPC Wisconsin. The AmFam Champ features best ball and scramble formats in an exciting 2-person team format. The American Family Insurance Championship is June 5th through the 7th. They got the big concert Friday night. They got the celebrity pairing foursomes on Saturday, and then Sunday is Championship Sunday. Head on out. Get details and ticket information at amfamchampionship.com.
How does that course drain out at TPC Wisconsin?
That's a great question.
Just out of curiosity, looking at the forecast for the weekend.
I don't know, but we do have Andy North is going to join us tomorrow. I think we told him he can have a full hour if he wants. I don't know if that's what he wants. He spent an hour with us last year. Maybe it'll be inside. Maybe it'll be outside. I don't know. The forecast. You know how forecasts are, Jesse.
Our forecast,
Very
Jesse.
They're pretty accurate 24 hours out. I'm not a believer 5 days out, but when we're 24 hours out and it's saying 80% chance of rain much of the day, I'm starting to believe some of what they're saying. But
well, anyways, get your tickets at amfamchampionship.com before Jesse just completely sours and urinates in your Cheerios. It's a great event. Head on out
Rains
tomorrow.
on your golf tournament, perhaps.
The seats are under the tents if you get the good seats. The seats are great.
Yeah, what do you care? You're gonna be coddled in a little suite, eating steak and Buck and Honey's great food out there. What do you care?
Well, the rest of the weekend
up,
it looks
Buttercup.
like Saturday and Sunday look like it's going to be pretty nice. Friday it looks a little rainy as of right now. I'm just giving everybody a heads up. We're going to be there tomorrow no matter what.
We're going to just do the show from your car or what?
Oh my God! Comedians in cars doing a radio show.
It's a possibility. Yeah.
All right. Well, Jesse, the weatherman, notwithstanding, we will hear more from Micah Parsons.
Yeah, Jesse Shortino over here. I didn't realize that. My bad.
Well done. Jesse Shortino and Wilde and Tausch. More next. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at walneylegal.com.
This 4th of July, crack open something made for the red, white, and blissful. The new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack is here just in time for America's 250th birthday, featuring 4 nostalgic flavors: strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple. It's the taste of backyard barbecues, fireworks at dusk, and long summer weekends packed into every can. This Independence Day, bring the nostalgia and bring the bliss with the new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack from Carbliss. Available now at your local retailer or online at drinkcarbliss.com.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Sushi is more than a meal. It's an art form, and now you're invited to create it. St. Kate the Arts Hotel presents Studio Sessions, The Art of the Roll, an intimate, hands-on evening inside the studio kitchen and cocktails where guests are welcome with a complimentary cocktail, wine, beer, or sake, then guided through crafting 3 stunning sushi rolls from the very first fold to the final cut. This is culinary artistry made personal. Reserve your evening at stkatearts.com.
At Associated Bank, we thought about speaking like other banks with hoity-toity names like Total Privilege Pay or something. But we don't speak bankish, we speak your language. When we say 2-day early pay, we mean you get paid 2 days early. $50 overdraft grace zone? That's a grace zone of up to $50 if overdrafts happen. And maintenance fee-free account? Well, that speaks for itself. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Got a grad to celebrate? Make it easy with a Cousin Subs gift card. Buy $30 in gift cards and get a free 7.5-inch sub for you. Valid on any Deli Fresh or Classic sub. So while you're giving a great gift, you're getting one too. Simple, thoughtful, and way better than a car that gets tucked away. Stop by your local Cousin Subs today. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Continuing with the highlights of our conversation yesterday with Micah Parsons, who spoke for quite a while with us, and lots of tidbits to get to. But I did want to get to this early in the program, because if you're familiar with our show, we've been known to get sidetracked once or twice, about weather forecasts or whatever else it might be. Can I get a Jones Dairy hat like that one, though? That is sharp.
Sure.
And
yeah, we can get you one of those.
Appreciate that. And unlike Tony Cartagena, I have had their bacon, and it is fantastic. Windows. We talk about windows a lot. Usually they're Pella. But we do talk about championship windows. And I do think this also relates to the approach they're taking. And I just want to reiterate, because there appears to be some measure of confusion in the YouTube comments, which I periodically check. I am not in any way pushing for him to come back sooner. I appreciate his candor. It's the opposite of what some guys coming back from ACLs do, which is give you the seashells and balloons, sunshine and puppy dogs. Oh, I'm going to be back sooner. I'm going to be back for the opener, and then they're not ready.
And let me tell you something, because I think it's an interesting psychological point. I think it's a lot easier to say and do all the right stuff when you have the contract that Micah has.
No doubt.
That's just the reality.
Great point.
There is a security that comes with that, and it's smart, whereas a lot of guys, you don't have the luxury of saying what Micah did yesterday. That's just the reality of the situation, and we can sit here and put our head in the sand like Jesse likes doing, or he can pop up and say, yeah, that makes sense, because Micah has been invested heavily, and he should be. He's deserved it. I think it's been, even with the injury, and even if he misses the first 6 weeks, if he comes back and plays back into the season like he did, he's worth every penny. But there is something about most of us. It's, I need to get back.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's other people lurking to take your job. There's going to be this league replaces you and forgets about you real quick.
Right?
They won't with Micah. But Micah, to be able to say all that, you have to be very secure where you're at in your career, and obviously Micah is.
He talked about a lot of different things, and I do want to get to some more of them beyond his own injury situation. He said some very nice things about not as nice as Baron Sorrell's own dad coming in to our YouTube comments and saying 99 going to shine. But he did talk very glowingly.
He's shown up in that big Channel 3000 bowl game, didn't he? 99?
He did. So both of those guys did. And then he also had some remarks about LVN that I think people are going to want to hear during the course of our program.
Yeah.
And I talked to LVN for a little while earlier in the week, and they are counting on him. There's no two ways.
He got some big old heavy mitts now. Lucas Van Ness got some big old heavy mitts.
Have you? That's based on watching him, or did he?
No, shaking hands. Shaking. He got some heavy old mitts now.
Heavier than Earl Dotson's.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not saying he's got nobody. There ain't anybody that has Earl Dotson's punch. Nobody. Drago, Rocky, none of them.
If he dies, he dies. So here's Micah Parsons. Nothing. I don't get anything for that. I thought it was pretty.
I smiled. What did you want me to bring out a laugh track? I thought it was good. It was fun.
Here's Micah Parsons and myself talking about championship windows. And Tausch, as you listen to this, I am curious how you think this also factors into the thought process of the timeline of getting him back.
Speaking of last season, you guys are 9-3-1, and you're leading the number 1 seed in the AFC at the time of your injury. You said you haven't necessarily accepted your injury. Have you accepted the way the season ended? Because I have to think that you felt like this was a Super Bowl team if you and Tuck and D.Y. and those guys are out there.
Yeah, 100%. That's a tough way, especially because this window that we have, these windows are very small and they come every, 4 or 5 years in this league because obviously players, you can't keep everybody. So we just have to thank God that we have another opportunity this year. When one door closes, another one's open, and that's something that we have guaranteed. We have this opportunity this year to all have a chance to stay healthy and push for a playoff run. So I accepted that fate, but I accepted the future also.
4 to 5 year window.
Big window. It's a real big window.
Do you agree with the size of that window, A, and B, he obviously, his contract and Jordan Love's contract and what they're trying to build here, it is time, as R.I.P. Kevin Green would say. This window, this is when you got to be really taking advantage of the window, no?
Yeah, I would think as long as Micah Parsons and Jordan Love are healthy, their window is wide open. 4 or 5 years, yeah, and that sounds – I would usually never give you that long of a window in this league because things happen so fast. But that's the beauty of the Green Bay Packers is that they build this out, and they're not going all in for 1 year and then going to drop off precipitously. Now, that could also be the curse. If you're a Rams fan or if you're some of these other places, you now have your stars on both sides of the ball. It's up to you to make sure you're supplementing with the rest of the right guys that will fit. And then Jordan Love has to elevate because that's how the Packers have built it that way. They're paying Jordan Love. They're expecting great play from the quarterback. And Jordan Love has been very good. But he needs to go another level. Mike is there, and then he needs the other guys to elevate to the best of their abilities. So I don't have a problem. Micah's got, 3 or 4 years left on his contract. It'll have to get reworked probably after a few more years. But that's the easy part. The hard part is all the supplementation and keeping guys healthy. But do I think that their window is wide open as long as it's Micah and Jordan being your leaders on both sides of the ball? I do.
And you re-sign Tucker and you re-sign Christian Watson, and that's a pretty good core for your window. Pretty good framework, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, the Christian Watson component to that is going to be the most. Tucker Kraft's a no-brainer. Christian Watson at what price and how much guarantee? Like that, I think it's going to be a little trickier than you think. I don't think that's a rubber stamper, like you're kind of implying.
Really?
You think it's a rubber stamper? You're going to pay him. What is a top number 1 wideout getting in this league?
Well, now
40?
that part, that
$42
part of it,
million a year.
Yeah, so
I don't know about that, Jimmy.
No, so that. Thanks, Frankie. Lenny. I think, and I don't know what his plan is, and I did not talk to him. He did talk during the week. I think that they would be hoping that someone who has dealt with injuries the way he has, they can get him to accept something much like Jayden Reed did that gives him security but not top dollar.
Yeah, he just did that last year.
Well, he did that when he was actually on the PUP list, though.
he balls out this year. Now, do I think the Packers would be happy giving him a Jaylen Waddle contract of 27 or 28 a year? Yep.
I do. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And maybe Christian Watson will be content with that, and if that's the case, I totally agree with you. I don't know. That's a question you'd have to ask him and his reps. But if he has the season that I think most of us believe he can, and if he is the bona fide number one wideout, why would he take number 2 money? I don't know. Maybe he will. Yeah, there's definitely injuries, and I think he loves being a Green Bay Packer. He's done all the right things, all of those things. But the reason I just say it's not a rubber stamp because he's had injury history. The Packers know that. He knows that. Mm-hmm. And you just don't know how far are you willing to go in a new market with a new salary cap? Like, is he going to take – because I guarantee this, Waddle now down in Miami, he has a decent year. He ain't going to want to stay playing for $27, $28 million. He ain't. Cap goes up 15 to 20 a year. They want to see that too. So Christian Watson's got an interesting decision to make when the Packers come to him with probably a Jaylen Waddle or less contract over the next 3 or 4 years. I'll be curious how he approaches that.
Did he get a new contract when he got traded to the Broncos? Like, did he get a new deal, or did he sign that deal with the Dolphins? He
signed it with the Dolphins. I don't know if he got a new deal or not with the Broncos.
Okay,
I don't know.
Let me fact check that, because you're right. I would say that if Christian Watson said, you offer me $27 million a year right now over 4 years, I am signing that immediately. If he said that, the Packers would be like, yep, great, sounds good. And we'll take our chances with your injuries, but we're willing to risk that because we know what you could potentially cost if you stay healthy and play at an extremely high level.
Yep.
So, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't be rubber stamping it, but I am.
I think there's certain rubber stamp guys. Zach Tom was a rubber stamp. Boom. Mm-hmm. Tucker, rubber stamp. Boom. I don't even know. I would have said Xavier McKinney, rubber stamp, but then somebody broached the subject. You're going to pay both him and Evan Williams top dollar at safety. I don't know. Like, if you had to give an extension to Evan Williams or to Xavier McKinney, you only get to pick one. Which one are you going with?
Oh, all right. This is. Can we take a quick break and revisit this? Because now you've piqued my interest in it.
You're running the show, yeah. You want to go rubber stamp or no? Or is that what you're thinking, or what?
Do we have like a sound effect of a rubber stamp? Like, what is that? What is it that a notary public uses? Right? It's like a metal thing, but it's got the stamp inside of it. It goes.
I'm thinking about becoming a notary republic. I'm thinking about.
You should call it the right thing first, if that's what you want to do. I don't know what the notary republic is, but the notary public, you want to be signing off on.
Gotta update your LinkedIn.
It's for all. That's the republic side of it. I don't want it just to be notary. I want it to bring everybody together.
We will rubber stamp or no some contracts.
How long does it take to become a notary? Is my other question.
I don't even know what the requirements are.
Because the thing is, you could be a traveling notary, which is awesome. Because I think if you want to have it, I think people want you to come to their house to do the notary. Boom, with the rubber stamp.
Is it bad that I don't really know what this is?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even know what. I know what it is, but I'm not even real sure. I know you have to do it with like loans and some other stuff. What do you all need to do it for?
This is great. To become a notary public in Wisconsin. Now, this is per Google's AI, so I always double check this. But as of now, based on this information, you must be a U.S. resident. Check. Of at least 18 years of age and older.
Check. With an 8th grade education. That's all you need is an 8th grade education?
That's what, again, and no disqualified criminal record.
Check.
I will fact check that for 8th grade.
Just wait a second.
You're telling me that our children could become
Max.
notary publics right now.
Most of your kids could do this, yeah.
I think Max and I are going to go become notary republics.
Tauscher and Tauscher. Tauscher and Son notary republics.
Yes.
The next segment will be brought to you.
You don't really even know what you do. You're just going to show up.
How long of a process does it take to become a notary republic?
I will get all that information. More Wilde and Tausch presented by Tauscher and Son Notary Republics. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Shop the Pig! Homer here, and I'm broadcasting live at the brand new Bayview Piggly Wiggly on Oklahoma Avenue this Friday. The Pig has a total new look with wider aisles, fresh produce, premium meats, bakery smells that should probably be illegal, and grab-and-go options to have you covered. Then on Saturday, enjoy live music, food samples, mascots, kids fun, and Marquette basketball players Nigel James and Adrian Stevens from 1 to 2. Make plans to stop by the Bayview Piggly Wiggly on Oklahoma Avenue. I'll be there Friday, starting at 5.
Piggly Wiggly, shop the Pig!
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
Wisconsin, let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, great beer. And if you haven't met Yuengling yet, allow me to introduce you. Yuengling is the oldest brewery in America, founded in Pottsville, PA in 1829. 197 years, 6 generations of family-owned brewing. Do you know how they became America's oldest brewery? By making great beer. This is a real American beer. Smooth, rich, and finally here in Wisconsin. So grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, and celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated, by drinking it. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Best time of the year, it's patio season. Hey, it's Alex Strope, and no better place to soak in patio season than Veer North on Milwaukee's east side. Veer North brings the energy with a spacious patio, elevated food, and craft cocktails perfect for summer nights. Headed to a game? Start here and hop on the shuttle straight to the ballpark. Same goes for Summerfest and all your favorite festivals, pregame, postgame, or stay for the whole night. Live music, great vibes, and a menu that goes way beyond the basics. Veer North is not your average sports bar. Veer North, Milwaukee's go-to for summer fun.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breese Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Buying or selling a home isn't just a transaction. It's one of life's biggest decisions.
That's why clarity, trust, and the right guidance matter, especially in an ever-changing market.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
I'm John Lorenz.
And I'm Taylor Mangini. Our team delivers a white glove experience at every price point, combining expert negotiation, local insight, and genuine care.
Get started today with a team you can trust at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
Driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. 855 Pella WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
All right, so bad news for Tauscher and Son Notary Republics, Inc. Again, I'm on WisconsinNotary.com where I can click the blue button and get started on becoming a notary. There are 5 requirements. We've covered several of them. Just to recap. Be a United States resident. Check. Be at least 18 years of age. Check. Have at least the equivalent of an 8th grade education. Check. Not have a criminal record with a felony conviction and or misdemeanors that impact the integrity of the notary commission.
Gotta
okay
have
there,
integrity.
Right?
Absolutely.
You're brimming with integrity. I just didn't know your criminal record. But here's where you fail. You're out. You're out, Jerry. The 5th requirement: be familiar with the duties and responsibilities of a notary public.
Yeah, but you can learn that, right?
Well, you better learn.
What
so
are the
you can
metrics
become
behind
one.
be familiar? That's an interesting.
Yeah, that
who
seems
judges
very
whether you're
vague.
familiar or not?
Becoming a notary in Wisconsin is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Complete the Notary Public tutorial and pass the exam. Purchase a 4-year, $500 notary bond and notary stamp.
Okay.
And complete the notary application process online.
That's where we're going to struggle.
Seems like a kind of a low barrier of entry, man.
He's good
How
until
many
he needs
notaries
to do
are
an
there?
online application. He can't figure out the YouTube comments. I don't know if he's going to be able to do the online
Old
application.
girl's great at that stuff. She'll be.
Well,
more
wait
than
a
happy
minute
to
now.
help
You
with that.
can't have her do the work for you.
The
No,
Tauscher
but she
family
can help me get
Notary
through the
Republic.
process with it. I'll fill out the forms, obviously.
For those of you that want to become more familiar with what a notary does, including
How
the
many
people here on the
notaries are
panel,
there in this state? Because if there's a million notaries, it's got to be exclusive.
Okay, first of all, I never want people to think that I am unappreciative of what I get to do every day and work with you. But when you do this thing where you have a question and then we don't have the answer immediately and then you get irritated with us, that's
I'm not
one
mad.
of my least favorite. Not
Nobody's
yet.
irritated.
Well, how many are there? Well, I don't know. I'll get on that. I'm working on the other
Well, you're
details.
on the website. You're right
It doesn't
there.
just say there are 742,000 notary publics in the United States. What is a notary public? I think I gotta say there are not that many. If you're watching on the video stream, there are not many more alarming images that have been created by AI, to my knowledge, than Jesse as the Aladdin genie. It haunts my dreams. A notary public is an official appointed by a state government to serve the public as an impartial witness in administering oaths and performing other official acts when important documents are signed. The duties and responsibilities of notaries are expressly dictated by law. They are usually overseeing what they are calling proper execution of many life-changing documents, helping business operate, conveying real property, granting powers of attorney, establishing estate plans, finalizing adoptions, and a multitude of other matters that enable our society
so you get to share,
to function.
You get to share in big moments in people's lives.
Right, yes.
And you get to be the presider over those. I think that's a pretty great thing.
It is.
I think this is something. This thing's got some legs. This thing's got some legs.
Pipe Jim informs
but it'll be traveling only. It'll be a traveling only Rotary.
You got
Notary.
And the Rotary. You get both all in one. If we need someone, Pipe Jim informs me that our good friend Pat McCurdy, his wife is a notary public. So we do have access to a notary public who would then obviously have to compete with you business-wise when Tauscher and Son puts out its shingle. But
he's got to be 18 now, so that's not in play. You said 8th grade, and now it turns out 8th grade education.
Yes,
I gotcha.
but it would appear that you plan on having your family members do the lion's share of the work anyway, since Sarah will be filling out the online form. So
you know what I might just do?
Effort.
I might just have Sarah become a notary. Maybe Sarah's going to become the notary in this group, and I'll be her supporting notary.
Anything to keep her out of the kitchen, based on some of the stories you've shared previously. All right, we need to get to the 10 o'clock hour. Tausch will not be becoming a notary public before then. That much I can guarantee. We were going to play trivia here. We'll play it a little bit later. I want to get to some more of what Micah Parsons talked about. He talked about player leadership. There are some things he says, though, about the younger edge rushers and those guys that are going to have to play a more significant role in the defense until he gets back. We'll get to all that during the 10 o'clock hour. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
2 point. Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking for a dinner that actually impresses and cocktails that keep the conversation going? Head to the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel and discover the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. Bold, elevated dinners, thoughtfully crafted cocktails. It's the kind of place where every plate and every pour is made with intention. Come for dinner, stay for another round. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian, more.
Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Offices, One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
I'm going to say kissing cousins Pack Bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And will end this crazy game in a tie. Oh, my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 10 o'clock hour of Notary Publics Today begins now. We'll play trivia coming up next and leading into talking to Uncle Homer on a Thursday. But first, there was another topic that Micah got to, and we'll get to a few more. And I say this not to be a jerk about other players, but man, there are certain guys that when they talk on a day, they just fill your notebook, right? Favre was that way. Rodgers was that way. Micah is that way. Like, there are guys. Leroy Butler was that way.
Not.
Jordan's not. No, he's not. I mean, he's not. That is not something that, he is cautious.
Who are your, just from a content standpoint, who are your top three? Micah's top. Who else you got?
Tucker Kraft would be, but he doesn't talk as often as I would like him to.
Okay.
Xavier McKinney would be 2, I would say.
Okay.
This is, I understand the current situation.
Josh Jacobs is 3 for you.
Is Josh Jacobs. And then I would say Christian Watson and Evan Williams are 4 and 5. I'll be curious to see
how many teams.
Not Keyshawn Nixon?
No, but I did talk to him yesterday.
How many teams, beat writers, would not have a quarterback in their top 3?
Ooh, good. Well, now, so I'd be curious. I don't know anybody who covers the Chargers at this point.
Arizona, probably.
For sure.
Cardinals.
I guess I don't know what Jacoby Brissett's like. Well, they have Josh Sweat still, and he's not getting traded. I would say
Cleveland's top 5 might be all quarterbacks.
Nice, well played. With Dylan Gabriel having Jared Verse just take his number, he didn't even get paid for it; he just took it. I would be curious if Justin Herbert would be in the Chargers beat writers top 5, because he strikes me as kind of Jordan Love-esque, right? Don't say too much. Kind of just go through the process but not give them too much. I wonder, is Josh Allen that way? Or do you think Josh Allen is pretty open?
Josh Allen would be the top of every Buffalo Bills beat writers.
I would think so, yes. Still very curious about Keyshawn Nixon, though. I'm glad you mentioned him. We'll have to talk about him at some point, because I think Tausch's suspicion about whether something's brewing there or not is still – I still refuse to rule that out. I am leery.
Well, did he rule that out? Did he rule that out when you talked to him?
He did not. I don't think he was directly asked in his group session – if he was.
If only Nate Hobbs was there to help out PR-wise for him. That would have been
but
helpful.
Micah Parsons did talk about player-led accountability and whether or not. Now, the answer that I inadvertently interrupted, he did say, before he was rudely interrupted by me, that he did not think it was lacking last year. He just wants to see more of it moving forward. But here is his answer to the question about the accountability in the Packers locker room.
Like I said, it's about, knowing when to go. And it's all about feeling great.
That doesn't sound like that one.
I just think
and this
now
one he
it's
sounds
about holding the players accountable.
Ah, there you go.
And, I think, like I said before, Matt had got a lot of fire with that. But I think the greatest teams, if you look at all the documentaries, it was players-led accountability. The coach shouldn't have to tell the players to stay on sides or limit penalties or not getting whatever the penalty may be. You know, that's not the coach or the player doing their job to the best of their ability. I think it always has to be player-led. And I think between me, J Love, Zaire, him being here so far, Coop, Xavier, we're just got to do a better job at that. And we will. We got to hold players accountable.
Was that lacking at times last year?
I would say the thing that I wouldn't say it was lacking, but I definitely think the standard has been risen.
So that is something that made me think about the way Matt LaFleur was graded on that NFLPA report card. If he caught a lot of heat or a lot of fire, as Micah Parsons says there, does that mean he was not empowering his guys enough to hold these disgruntled folks accountable? What do you take that as? Because he mentions the criticism that LaFleur received. At the same time, he's also saying that it's players that have to hold guys accountable. And if there are a bunch of malcontents milling about the locker room, then my question is, how good of a job were those guys doing of holding those guys accountable too?
It's always, there's always a kind of a look, and you analyze what you could have done better, because great teams don't let 5- and 6-game losing streaks happen. Last year was a good, not great team, and they were a pretty average team when Micah and Tucker and that crew wasn't available to them. So you're always searching for reasons. Injuries are the top of that list. But obviously Matt LaFleur has taken a look at this, and I think he definitely has been introspective about why he was graded the way he was with these things. Like, you could say it doesn't bother you, but it does. And it should, because these are guys that are in there with you, and that's the report card you got. And I think that's why Micah is you could tell he's a little sensitive to it. He brought that up. The coach sets the tone and the messaging for what happens. The players enforce it. Words don't. We've seen this now, man. And you, Jason, you've seen it more than anybody. People will tell you whatever. Goody will tell you the sky's orange, and you're going to be like, oh, yeah, well, the sky's orange. Oh, I can't believe Goody lied to me. The sky was blue. Well, Goody ain't going to. It's about the actions. It's not about all these words and messaging. It's setting the tone, and then it's up to the players to enforce and hold guys accountable to what actually is going on. All of this other stuff is window dressing. And when guys say the locker room is the most important room in the building, it is. It's not the media auditorium. It's not. It's the field, and it's the locker room, and how they go about positioning themselves. All of these other things are important. The coach is only going to do so much, and I don't think anybody thinks Matt LaFleur isn't a good schemer. He schemes up.
I agree.
People can say he's not an alpha, and he's not this, and he's not that. The job of the coach is to set the tone and to position their players to be successful. He has, I think he has done a great job of getting guys open and setting the scheme. Setting the tone, I think there's been some weaknesses.
I agree.
I don't think anybody could argue that. Hopefully he continues to get better at it. And Micah needs to take that tone, and if the tone isn't being set in the right way, players can reset the tone. That's where Micah and Jordan, Christian, all of the leaders of this team need to take a hold of it, because what Micah did say there, that's 100% accurate. Every great team has been led by players, but they've had strong coaches that have helped direct them to get there. That's why they're there, and that's why they're paid the way they are, because it does matter what tone you set and how you go about getting it. And getting buy-in from 53 guys is really tough to do.
Mm-hmm.
Last year they didn't have it. Otherwise, you don't hear this disgruntlement. You should never hear about disgruntlement.
You're right about all those things, and I think if there was a criticism to be levied that we would agree with, it is the one you said about Matt LaFleur. I don't think anybody questions the job he does as a coach. I understand there are folks that get frustrated and they think that he chokes in big moments or he doesn't adjust well enough. We can have conversations about those two. I'm not saying that he's by any means perfect, but I think he is a pretty good schemer. But again, I think the things that came out after the season leave you with reason to question if he needs to make some adjustments to how he handles people. Whether that's the Rich Bisaccia saga, who I still think he doesn't want to fire people.
When you say that, tell me what you're really saying. You saying he needs to, what are you saying?
Again, I don't know what his interactions are like firsthand, obviously, other than the ones that he has with me. But, like, I think he tries very hard to, and I have this personality too, to make people happy and go about correcting them in a non-confrontational, not harsh way. And I think sometimes there are guys that maybe probably take advantage of that. Where maybe if he got after them a little bit harder and said, tough blank, this is your role. You don't like it? Do something about it. And I'd be curious, and I'm hoping to talk to Matt a little bit later this month.
So he's too much of a people pleaser.
Yeah, like I think I would just, let me use myself instead. If I want to make a correction to something with Maddie or Sid or somebody else, like I always try to like give a piece of positive feedback with negative feedback, because I don't want to just harshly say, come on, man, this is not good enough. What are you doing? Right? Sometimes I do, and sometimes you have to do that. But I feel like if there were guys that were unhappy with their roles, he was not going to just say, tough blank. Like, I'm sorry that you feel like you're not playing enough. Force me to play you then by doing the little things better or whatever it might be. And maybe he does do that. I'm not there for those interactions, but that's the impression that I get. Is that problematic if that's true?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So, again, that is the best I can call that as an educated guess, because I am not privy to those. Maybe he's a real jerk to some of these guys. And maybe he's too much of a jerk to some of them, and that's why they graded him down. I don't know. But it was definitely, whatever the issue was, it was an issue. That's how you end up with your head coach admitting publicly that there were guys unhappy with their roles and that it took a toll on your team. And that's what he offered up at the NFL meetings in Arizona in March. We need to play some trivia. Jesse, what's today's category, and what caller would you like?
Sticking with the theme of the show so far, Notary Republic. No, Magic Micah is today's trivia category.
Well
Questions
delivered.
about
That was well done.
Micah Parsons, because he spoke with media yesterday and said a lot.
And because you have to be 18 years old to become a Notary Republic, we'll take caller 18.
Sure.
Caller 18 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 18 plays trivia. I would presume, and I'll have to talk to Ito about this, that Walney Legal Group has at least one and probably multiple notary publics on their staff, or people that have completed the 8th grade education and other requirements, because they specialize in all the kinds of things that need to be notarized when it comes to estate planning, wills, trusts, probate, elder care, and special needs planning. Customized, personalized experiences as opposed to the cookie-cutter, one-size-fits-all solutions that some might give you. This choice of words by Ito and his team, uncomfortable necessity, is exactly what estate planning is. I don't want to think about dying, but I have to, because that's what I owe Paula and Maddie and Sid. So Walney makes it smooth, easy, and as painless as possible. They take care of you from start to finish, lawyering the way it should be. So don't be one of those people in the 84%, including me, that don't have appropriate current planning documents. Set it and forget it And if it's been a few years, have Walney Legal Group review it and update it. Go to WalneyLegal.com, WALNY Legal.com, to start a conversation no matter what phase you are in. Trivia's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, and by Events by Design.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Your brand doesn't need more square footage.
It needs more wow.
When you work with Captivate Exhibits, trade show booths become magnets. Lobbies become living stories. Break rooms become culture builders.
Captivate creates experiences people don't just see, they feel.
For more than 30 years, their award-winning team has transformed big ideas into bold brand moments that command attention and drive results.
Stop blending in.
Start captivating.
Visit CaptivateExhibits.com.
I started our landscaping company, Brett Ochtenhagen's Seasonal Services, in 1994. We have other businesses, a trucking company, investment properties, and we board and raise quarter horses. I met Chris from Horicon Bank over 20 years ago, and we really hit it off. A few years back, we made our largest capital commitment ever. Chris understood our vision, supported it, and 5 years later, our annual equipment maintenance costs are down, and our fleet is amazing. Chris and Horicon Bank helped make that happen.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. After your round, stop in the clubhouse for food and drinks. Call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
You asked, and it's back. The original Cubano fan favorite has returned to Cousin Subs. And if you know, you know. It starts with tender pulled pork, our original recipe, and layers in savory ham, Genoa salami, and melty Swiss, grilled together for that hot, craveable bite. Then topped with fresh onions, tomatoes, pickles, and brown mustard and mayo, all on our signature bread. It's the fan favorite you've been waiting for. The Cubano, back at Cousin Subs, but only for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
The month of May officially in the books, and not a shabby one for the Milwaukee Brewers. A 2-0 win over the Astros on Sunday gave the Brewers their 7th series win in the month, which included 3 sweeps and an MLB best 19-7 record. Maybe the biggest part of that dominance is the Brewers' true Cy Young candidate, the 24-year-old flamethrower Jacob Misiorowski. 6 starts in May, only a .23 ERA. Add in 57 strikeouts, only 6 walks, and just 38 1/3 innings of work. Yeah, not bad. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Hey, Tausch, do you remember how we got onto the notary public topic?
No.
We were discussing contracts that I viewed as a rubber stamp.
Okay.
That they were definitely going to do. Hit the breaking news sounder.
Oh, baby, now this is some breaking news.
Per Adam Schefter, Green Bay Packers wide receiver Christian Watson and the Packers have reached an agreement today on a 4-year, $110.5 million contract extension that includes a $31 million signing bonus.
27 a year, right?
Yeah,
That's
it's exactly what we were talking about. And that's exactly what they did. If he's going to take $27 million a year, boom, count me in. This might be a smidge more than that, but bottom line, he is in the fold. 4 years, $110.5 million contract extension for Christian Watson per Adam Schefter.
Dude, that's awesome for Green Bay, and I think Christian Watson, he gets the $31 million, which is great. He doesn't have to play on the 13 or whatever it was this year, and now this just lets him free flow. I think if he stays healthy, the Packers are going to be really happy with this contract. If he doesn't, they're going to get out of it in 2 years, and it won't be the end of the deal, end of the world. So. I love the fact Christian Watson, I think, understood that the Packers did. They worked it out. And I've been the biggest Christian Watson fan as far as when he's playing. Great talent. Good stuff. Good stuff.
So when we look at this, I joked about this yesterday about what I said to Jayden Reed about, the idea that they got a pretty good deal and he could have gotten more money. Christian Watson could have played out this season, had a bonko season, and made a heck of a lot more money than this and gotten a hell of a lot more money guaranteed, right?
Yes.
I don't know what the other guarantees are. Adam did not report those, but $31 million in a signing bonus is not like, oh, my God, how much? Right? It's
in the grand scheme of things,
comparatively.
Obviously for Christian, Christian and his family, it's awesome. Because now, let's say things do go south, and you can't get over there, and it by all accounts he has turned a corner. At least we all hope. But if it doesn't, that's a nice little chunk that you're going to have put away regardless. From the Packers' standpoint, they are all in, believing that Christian Watson's going to be healthy, and he was great last year. And this is, I think, the Packers doing right by Christian. They could have made him play it out at $13 million, take on all the risk, and then tag him and do all that. They came to a happy medium on it. I didn't know where Christian Watson and his team was going to look at and say, is 27 too low with the cap going up and expanding? He is your number one. He is going to be the guy. And in a couple of years, this deal, if he is playing the way it is, it's going to look genius by the Green Bay Packers. And Christian Watson's going to be making a good chunk of money and playing for the team that he wanted to play for his career. So kudos to get it done and to figure out. I think this is another attaboy Russ Ball. I think Russ has continued to find ways to get the players that he wants, that him, Goody, and Matt LaFleur are all in on. I think it's pretty exciting for everybody to pull that off.
Okay, so I want to get to Homer. Let me ask you one quick follow-up. And exploit is not the word I'm looking for here. Take advantage of, maybe closer, but still not quite. You've got Christian Watson, who has certainly had multiple seasons derailed or impacted by injuries, right? You've got Jayden Reed, who admitted to me earlier this week that missing most of last season and then going into a contract year influenced his thought process in terms of wanting to sign something that gave him security. When you go through what those two players have gone through from an injury perspective, and look, I say this with nothing but love in my heart for you and gratitude for the fact that because these things happen to you, I don't know, maybe you get paid what you should have been paid as a healthy top-flight right tackle in the NFL. Maybe you don't need to do this show with me. But you had the worst timed ACL tears of anybody, right? Contract years, not when you want to do it. Did their injury histories help the Packers get two really good wide receivers at less than market rate? Is that fair for me to say?
Yeah, that's very fair, but it's also nobody is forcing either of these guys to do it. They have the information, and I think anytime you have injuries, you realize how quickly everything can go away. And just because you think you should be getting 40-some-odd million, there's a lot of stories you could go back and look at and say, well, this guy thought for a couple $1 million a year more, I need to go and get. There's some guys that are just dogs that want every last penny. Mm-hmm. And God bless them. If that's the goal and that's what you want to do, go do it. There's other guys that want to be paid what they feel is their market value, and they fit really well, and they want to be a part of a program that has been with them from the jump. Everybody's mentality on this is different. With Christian Watson, obviously he has had injuries. $110 million, if he plays this out, pretty sure Christian Watson would be pretty happy if he makes $110 million.
For sure. And look,
will there be some that will say, well, it should have been $160 million? Yeah, that's life. You have to give and take a little bit. The Packers are giving. Christian Watson's taking, and you hope that it all evens itself out by the end of it.
But this is always the trade-off.
I don't think anybody should be, and I always get a little bit, and it's not just you, but I always get a little bit uneasy when people are like, oh, really, what did you use? Exploited? I wouldn't use that term because that's crazy.
I expressly said
but you said exploited. You could say, I'm not saying.
Look,
the word was exploited.
Look, my point,
and the bottom line is, it's always easy from the cheap seats for guys that aren't doing that to say, he should have held out and done this. No, this is not like it's some short-term thing. They talked through and looked at it, and Christian Watson is getting paid good, not great, number one receiver money. He is being paid top-end number two. And from the Packers, you're looking at securing your young talent earlier because that risk is off the table then. And now Christian Watson's going to have, at minimum, $31 million off of this contract if nothing goes right. And if things go right, $110 million on top of what he already made, and he's playing as a number one wideout with a team he loves, that's a pretty good deal.
Right. Let me just clarify something here. If I was Christian Watson or Jayden Reed, I would have done this too. Like, I am in no way criticizing either one of them. My point is that, as I learned from Andrew Brandt many, many, many years ago, this is all about a give and take. We guarantee you some money, but it reduces your risk. And if you want to risk it and try and maximize your earning power and get to market, that's great. But this minimizes your risk. The Packers also minimize their risk of having to potentially pay through the nose for him if he has a monster year. Jordy Nelson outperformed his contract like 4 weeks into the 2011 season, right? Like, you were thinking he was underpaid already. And the Packers would love to do those types of contracts. Ooh, we got away with this one here, right?
That's what the Philadelphia Eagles do. What smart organizations do is
but it feels like the Packers haven't done this as much lately, is what I'm saying. These are
Brian Gutekunst is getting tougher and tougher on paying guys second contracts. We know that. We've talked about it ad nauseum. Christian Watson is such a special talent that they've done this, and they've yes, they've definitely changed some of their philosophy on that. But let's not kid ourselves. If they have a young player that is playing and has performed at a really high level when they're healthy, and they want them for the next 4 or 5 years, they are aggressive to do it. There just have not been enough of those guys, at least in their opinion.
That's fair. Well, Christian Watson can take it to the bank, and if he's smart, he'll take it to Associated Bank. Now, he can sign up for Packers checking because he wants to have that Packers G now, especially that he's got this 4-year, $110.5 million contract extension that includes $31 million in a guaranteed signing bonus. But if he's a Brewers fan too, maybe he wants a Brewers checking account from Associated Bank, and that would get him 20% off the Brewers team store. He doesn't have to pay full price for his new jerseys. He gets up to 50% off his home game tickets, express entry into the Associated Bank entrance at AmFam Field, pre-sale access to concerts and non-baseball events at AmFam Field, plus savings on the famous Racing Sausages 5K and 10K, and the Brewers Baseball Academy registration. Go to AssociatedBank.com/Brewers to find out more about that. We will talk to Uncle Homer, and then we'll play trivia after that. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Father's Day is coming up, and let's be honest, Dad doesn't need another tie. Give him something he actually wants. New windows that lower energy bills, a durable new roof, beautiful siding, or a bath remodel he can brag about to every guest who visits. And during the Exterior Pros and Baths June savings event, you'll get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
The cooler's packed, the sun is shining. The only thing left to do? Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Refreshing, ready to drink, and packed with bold citrus flavor, Carbless is the ultimate upgrade for every summer adventure, from dock days to bonfire nights. No mixing, no hassle, just crack it open and enjoy the moment. This summer, trade the stress for zest. Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Carbless, find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Whatever you do, make sure you do it right. Whatever you do,
before we get to Homer on the Yuengling Goat Hotline, Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, 197 years old, now in Wisconsin, 6 generations, family owned and operated, D.G. Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Captain Matty Ice in the YouTube comments with a important point. Keeping Watson for less than Alec Pierce is amazing. For those of you unfamiliar with Alec Pierce, he plays for the Indianapolis Colts. He got, during the offseason, a 4-year, $114 million extension. It included $84 million in guarantees and $60 million fully guaranteed at signing. So that, my point. Yes, my point is that's a lot. Now, maybe there's more guarantees in there than we are aware of. But Alec Pierce last season caught 47 passes for 1,003 yards and 6 touchdowns. That seems like Christian Watson almost put up those same numbers in half a season. So feels like a bargain to me, but he's got to stay healthy. All right, this guy's no bargain. He's no picnic either, but God, we love him. It is Uncle Homer on Wilde and Tausch. Homer, good morning. Thoughts on Christian Watson's extension?
A bigger bargain than the Sun. It's hard to believe that he would take that with that little guarantee. But more power to the Packers.
A bigger bargain than the Sun. How much of a bargain is the Sun?
No, bigger in size.
Oh, okay.
The Sun is big. This is bigger than the Sun in terms of how big the bargain is. Somebody ought to look at all the others with a $31 million guarantee. That's nothing. That's tip money for somebody who has shown the potential of Watson. I assume it's Watson being smart, recognizing admitting his own, weakness or
the risk, injury risk.
History.
Yeah, injury risk.
History.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, they got, like I said, got
this
a bargain
is
bigger
but Homer,
than the Sun.
if he plays this out and he makes 110, and I'm sure there's incentives in there too, Pro Bowls, All Pro, et cetera, he's going to make probably close to $30 million a year. And guys, you could roll the dice, but those same dice could come up and you could be injured and you're not making money. So I understand you and Jason's point on that. I get it. But in this case, the Packers, I think, could have played real hardball with him, and he would have not been close to getting what he just got. If you play this out over 2 years, it would have been limited, and we all know how fast things happen in this NFL. So I agree with you. Great move by the Packers
they did play hardball
in getting
with
this
him.
done.
They did play hardball with him, and he took it. This is hardball.
Well, hardball would have been $13 million this year, tag him next year, and I'm guessing that's where they got that 30-some-odd million, because that's what they could have held him to over 2 years if they tagged him. So that's how that got to where it got, my guess would be.
I'll agree with you, but I just compared to other players, or if you had an agent, I think the majority would have said, we'll do this, but the guarantee's 50, not 30.
Yeah. I could probably agree with you on that.
So, but it's good. And
it's great
right.
for Green Bay.
This is what you beg as an organization. If he's good, fine, we give him all that. But if he's not good, then we only give him 30. So let's roll.
So
you would hope every player. Imagine if they had done the same with Jordan Love, what his contract would have been. He wouldn't be getting $50 million now.
Oh, when they did that half measure of a contract because they didn't know what he was going to be when he became a starter. Yeah, that's fair. Homer, how do you feel now about this group? Because, look, we have gone from the era of, we don't have a number one wide receiver, to a guy that got a $110 million extension, a guy that got a $50 million extension, and a second-year first-round pick on his rookie deal. The pecking order is clear, which is not how things had been operating previously. How do you feel about the Packers wide receiver room with the top three pecking order being Watson, Reed, Golden?
I don't think it makes any difference. I think that whole aspect of the room and stuff was vastly overrated. This is about talent. It all comes down to their assessment of them as players and whether they play at that level. So, I mean, if your players in that room are that fragile, then it's a mess. And what we're dealing with there, I want to ask Tausch as well. This stuff with Parsons and LaFleur is all just garbage. Okay, first of all, the guy's been here 7 years. Let me ask Tausch. Does everybody in the locker room, the veterans know, they know who and what their head coach is and how he runs things, correct? There's nothing new now, correct?
Correct.
And those veterans and those
you
people
can make
there
adjustments.
will
I just want to make sure.
This is how it works.
Yeah, you can make adjustments.
This is how this coach is. What?
Your coaches make adjustments, right? But who you are as a person and how you are. What?
They don't make big adjustments. The kind of stuff they're talking about adjustments.
I said adjustments.
Coaches don't make adjustments like that after 7 years, unless you tell me they do. I don't think so.
Well, I'm telling you that when coaches feel like correct me if I'm wrong, Jason, but LaFleur usually says as little as he does in pressers. He not boring by design, but when he made those statements, he was pissed about the grade that he got and the view that I think people had about him, and that's how you change things. Like, you are who you are, and I'm not saying that he is going to all of a sudden be Mike Ditka or that's not who he is. But I think he also is looking at it and saying, I'm not going to get walked over, or I'm not going to let our locker room have the amount of disgruntlement and unhappiness and unaccepting of roles that we've had. And you could say you shouldn't have let that happen anyways, and I can't argue with you. But it obviously stung him, and he is going to do something about it, or he is going to continue in this same cycle, which isn't where he wanted to be. That's how I interpreted what he did this offseason.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he brought it up, he clearly there was a reason why he brought it up unprompted. And it was basically him saying, I can't allow this to happen again. I'm not going to allow this to happen again. So wait, Homer, what's your I guess explain to me what exactly your position is on this.
He is who he is. Nothing big is changing. And for Parsons to talk the way he did, so I didn't do anything last year. I mean, I'm going to do an assessment of what Parsons says about things. Now he's talking about also how good he thinks Van Ness is. So I don't know.
Yeah, there's a little hyperbole there, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but anyway, on this is we need the veterans to be more involved. Again, I defer to Tausch on all of this in terms of what the veterans were like or how they decide what they're doing, or if they're a certain way and they're that strong in that way, they don't need to hear it from the head coach. If you're a star, you can get away with that if you want to. But I want to hear totally from Tausch on what the reality is of star players, what they can do, and what could Parsons have done last year, and The veterans need to be more like, what do you mean they need to be more? If they need to be more, you would address it right away. You're Micah Parsons. You can get away with anything with your teammates, I assume. If any of that is wrong, Tausch, take it away.
No, I will say star players, and especially star players that are leaders, quarterback, a Micah Parsons, guys listen, and the tone, as I said earlier in the show, the tone is set by the head coach. What kind of locker room? But the players enforce it and make it happen. And if things are getting squirrely, I said this about Jordan Love. He needs to – what happened in the receiver room last year, obviously that is, I think, one of the big points of this disgruntlement talk that we had this offseason. There was disgruntlement in locker rooms that I played on in that receiver room that was squashed because the quarterback will dictate that and can control that. Right. That is what I believe Micah is saying, and Micah is trying to basically say, as leaders and as we're running this team, it has to be player-led. It has to be enforced by its players because the coach isn't in there all the time. And if you're any good, and I think he said something about documentaries, championship teams, they are player-led and run by the players because that is who players are going to be held most accountable to because coaches can say what they want. The worst thing you can have is if a teammate doesn't trust you or doesn't see that you're bought in and doing what they want. And if you're not doing that, players need to hold them into account, or you need to have somebody else out there.
Well, Jordan Love hasn't done it, and we all know he's never going to do it. That's not who and what he is. He's not going to change. My assumption is that the Packers understood that, and that's why maybe some people are gone that were a problem because Jordan Love's not changing. I mean, we all, right? I mean, everybody accepts that. You can say,
I don't know about that. Homer, okay. You don't think, hold up a second. You don't think Jordan Love has shown better command and the way he is not Rodgers. He's not going to throw his arms up in the air, but he is also, I think, has grown, and I do think he can continue to grow as a leader. It's not as natural to him, maybe as it was to some other guys, but that doesn't mean as he gets more stature and grows into being a big-time quarterback in this league, players look at him differently, and that matters. So I wouldn't agree with your assessment on that.
Okay.
That he cannot get there.
And no, about this one particular area. I mean, he's making $50 million. They know who and what he is. This locker room, the receivers room was bad or however you want to do it, and he did nothing about it. And so it's just who he is. It's like other people need to take that role. And maybe that's the coach saying we're just going to get rid of some of these receivers. But no, I don't think there'll be a major change in who or how Jordan Love does his job as quarterback, and that's fine. It can be done by other people, and maybe already has been.
No, look, I think this is Tausch. I don't think you can fundamentally change who you are, whether you're a quarterback or a radio host or whatever. So I think you have to maximize or perfect the version of you that you are to be the most effective when it comes to leadership.
Perfectly said. I love that. I'm going to steal that.
Good. I always feel good when I say something that you plan on stealing. I think Jordan Love can be a very effective leader, but he, to your point, he is not going to be the same style leader of the two quarterbacks that you played with. He's never going to be that guy. He may take more command. He may add a little bit of a edge to some of his criticism or critiques to teammates, but at his fundamental core, he's the guy that wants to put his arm around you and say, look, I need more from you. I need you to do this. I need you to do that, right? I just don't think he's going to get to a point where anyone is thinking he's in the ballpark of some of the stuff that Aaron Rodgers did. And remember, we talked to guys about Aaron Rodgers' leadership style. I know I talked about it with Randall Cobb and with James Jones when they were leaving on the tailgate tour. Like, that worked with those guys. You know, I talked to Corey Lindsley a couple weeks ago when we were doing our charity thing with him and Bulaga, and it worked with him that Aaron was a jerk to him a lot of times. But I just don't think Jordan has that in him. And whether or not Micah Parsons didn't say how that leadership has to be done. He just said that leadership has to be done. And I feel like Jordan Love can deliver it in his own way. I think you agree with that, don't you?
Well, I think absolutely, and you have to be authentic in how you go about doing it. But I just push back on Homer and say that he hasn't grown or can handle that aspect of it. Not every timeline lines up exactly the way you want it. Not everybody is going to be from day one have complete command of a locker room. That's just a very rare thing. We're hoping to see Jordan continue to grow into having that command of a locker room so that all of this disgruntlement gets squashed.
Homer, what else has been on your mind when it comes to this team?
Homer, I heard a little birdie told me that you golfed with Bonnie Blair yesterday. Is that an accurate assessment?
I did. She had. She's going to have to change her golf bag that says 5 times gold. She's going to also have to put 5 times birdie putts at the AmFam. We were 7 under. She made 5 putts, and there are 4 of us in addition to the pros, so he's putting as well. And it was impressive. Yes, I asked her if that equaled the 5 golds, and she said no.
Shocking.
Yeah,
who got
shocking.
more words in edgewise, you or Bonnie?
Oh, it's she's so much better than I am. I just
no, not talking golf. I'm talking about jabbering.
That's a great question. I would have to let I'll ask the other 2 people.
Well, I'll tell you this. My sources, or my source on this,
I think it's close.
Said it was a real dogfight, but you 2 can both chew it up, is what I was told.
That's fair, yes. I'll be happy to be compared to Bonnie Blair.
I figured you would be. I figured that would be all right with you.
So
wait, what is this?
Moving on. If she plays next year, she will not play with me.
Why?
More people, different people, need to get a chance to play around with her. So whether the person in charge, the Ted, agrees with me, often he doesn't. That's the determining factor.
Did you just out his source?
No, not everybody knows the Ted or who that is.
Wait a minute. What was this?
This is the AmFam Pro-Am. They
so this
start
was not...
them on Wednesday. They have a couple on Wednesday, and then they do, I think, another one.
Yeah, they got
today.
a couple today. I think Brust is playing today.
I think the Wednesday morning is I don't know how you rank them. But anyway.
Whenever the weather's the best is how you rank it.
Yes. But I mean, in terms of the players, and the top players don't have to play 2, but it doesn't matter. It's a spectacular thing.
Who was your pro? Who did you play with?
Harrison Frazier, I think, if I have his name right. He was fantastic. Played to Texas, and he ate with us after the round, which almost never happens.
I like that.
As great as Ernie Els was, ain't eating with us after the round. John Daly, not
now,
a chance.
Does that make you think that since he's not out there pounding balls and putting that maybe he's not going to win, or you think the opposite?
No, he was there totally because of Bonnie Blair. The rest of us were just assistants. Yeah, he was. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Okay.
She's just so famous.
She's the real deal, no doubt.
No, and the only thing negative probably that could ever be said about her is someone said that she's as talkative as Homer. So, but I don't know that they'll present it that way. But no. So I think he really enjoyed. He went to the same high school as the high school where Stafford, Kershaw, and there's another.
Oh, down in Texas, there, yeah.
Shefflin, yes. So they changed the gym, and they have all this paraphernalia, or whatever the word is, of the great players. And for some reason, they wanted to add something from a cheerleader, and they picked the golfer's mom, her cheerleader outfit when she was a cheerleader how many years ago. And I said, he's the only person who can walk in there and say, that's the most important part of everything that's around here. So you have, if you ever go to their gym, you have those three great athletes and his mom's cheerleader's outfit. So
I don't ever plan on going down to that gym, but if I
you
do,
might.
I'll make
you
sure
might.
to check
Isn't
that.
it Dallas?
No, probably I
think it's
won't.
Dallas somewhere.
Yeah,
really?
Probably not.
Do they do the same at your high school? Do you have any of your jerseys or anything in the gym?
Yeah, my cheerleading outfit. I think my cheerleading outfit is.
Come on, don't punt on the question. We'd all like to know.
Why? You punt all the time. Don't tell me not to punt. You are the punter. Hold up. Wilde is the punter. Hold up, Homer. Jason, you can never tell me to not punt on something because you are the king coffin corner punter. So no,
I'm
I
the
will
Ray
punt.
guy of punting on questions.
I will
but
punt.
This is about the high school that you attended, and you're an incredibly successful guy.
He doesn't have to say
I'm telling
anything.
you, don't you dare ask me to punt. Or not.
I didn't. I told you not to punt. Get it right, you notary republic.
All right, I think
we gotta let you go.
I gotta leave with one final thought because I got to run here. But I was with the Tauscher Genius Club today and honoring someone who's 94 years old. Not only that, in his last year, 7 great-grandchildren born. How about that?
That's pretty impressive.
In your 93rd year, 7 new great-grandchildren.
Good run for him or her. It's a good run.
Unbelievable. Bye.
Well, thank God he got that in there.
Bonnie, Blair, and Homer, that could be a show.
Well, after John Anderson, we could. He's got all of his responsibilities at Mizzou, so we could certainly use him. If he's, we could use her to replace him if she's available. I didn't realize that she was such a chatty Cathy. I wasn't aware that was her brand.
Well, no, I just think
she's
it
very
was
accomplished.
The fact that they're both so, what's the word I'm looking for? Vibrant, expressive, a lot of thoughts. I think they both have a lot going on.
Opinionated?
And that could be the word I was looking for. Yeah, opinionated. Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to go to Auburndale High School and see the trophy case, since apparently no one is going to talk about it on the show. What I am going to talk about instead is Potawatomi Casino Hotel. If you feel like you need an escape, all you got to do is go down to Milwaukee and do so at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. The biggest hotel rooms in all of Milwaukee. Nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And if you're hungry, do you have some options? Dream Dance Steakhouse, The Marketplace, Rock and Brews, Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, Cream City Coffee Company, food and drink specials happening all the time. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place. That Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Our delayed trivia is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Your road to the ESPN Milwaukee Open starts with one lucky phone call. Listen to On the Tee Tuesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee for your chance to qualify. 10 listeners will each receive a randomly assigned golfer in the Memorial Tournament, and the highest finish wins the grand prize twosome.
Thanks to Delzer, a division of Proof, The Bog, Marquette Athletics, Tony Wendorf and Associates, Events by Design, Boucher Automotive, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, Loyal Family Renovations, Gruber Law Offices, and Siding Unlimited.
Heading to Milwaukee's east side? Make Veer North your first stop. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Alex Strofe. Here to tell you at Veer North you can catch the big game, hop on a shuttle to the stadium, or hang out for live music all summer long. Elevated food, craft drinks, and a packed event lineup. Veer North knows how to keep the energy going as the weather starts to warm up. Close to Fiserv Forum, Summerfest, and UWM. It's the perfect place to pregame, postgame, or just stay for the whole thing. Veer North, right where Milwaukee comes together.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation, and it definitely shouldn't feel like a game. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin believes in straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and helping homeowners find the right fit for their home. Because a fair final price matters more than some flashy discount. Pella never inflates pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. And when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, one trusted team handles everything from start to finish. The same company that manufactures your windows and doors is also the one selling, installing, and servicing them with Pella certified installers every step of the way. That means confidence in the process, confidence in the product, and one team standing behind the work from beginning to end. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Get out of the house this summer and head to Road America, conveniently located between Madison, Milwaukee, and Green Bay. This legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course has been hosting the world's best racers since 1955. Bring the whole family. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. You can camp on site, explore the grounds, and take in the racing your way. It's more than just a race, it's a full experience. IndyCar is the must-see race coming June 18th through the 21st. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets at RoadAmerica.com.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling, trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. When it comes to a home mortgage, we understand you want a simple, stress-free process, great service, and a loan you can feel good about. And for 90 years, that's exactly how we've been doing things at Great Midwest Bank. So if you're thinking about buying, building, renovating, or refinancing, get started at GreatMidwestBank.com to find a knowledgeable loan officer and get the peace of mind you deserve. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855-PELLA-WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Wow, we're way behind. Time now for trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on, and by Cousin Subs. Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs, they believe in better.
By the way, I forgot that Drake London got a new deal this week from the Falcons. 4 years, $141 million with $100 million guaranteed. By the way, we'll talk a little bit about
the guaranteed part of this. I totally understand. The Packers, they got a really good player at a really good price.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I don't know about a bigger bargain than the size of the sun, but we can talk about that a little bit later in the 11 o'clock hour. Let's play trivia. Let's welcome in our contestant. It's my least favorite contestant. It's Mike, the wedding DJ. Mike, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I would like 1% of Christian Watson's signing bonus or 1% of Homer's annual salary, whichever is bigger, for making me wait to play trivia, please.
Wow.
I with all due respect, who the hell do you think you are?
Oh, boy.
Oh, snap.
Oh, boy. Wow.
I mean, saying I say moronic things, then making demands based on us making you wait because of breaking news? If you don't want to play, we can get another contestant, Mike. I'm going to leave that up to you.
Did you miss my joke in there? It was about Homer getting paid.
Mike, question 1 is this. Micah Parsons is the only... It's not awkward. I don't
This whole
find it
thing's
awkward at all.
It is awkward. Go ahead.
Tensions have gone up around here lately.
Yes, they have.
Micah Parsons is the only player to wear jersey number 1 for the Green Bay Packers, except for that one guy. Who else wore number 1 for the Packers? Curly
I'm gonna
Lambeau.
need the choices. Okay, go.
I think
know
you two
that's
should get your
rare.
own little podcast. I like
You should take him to lunch,
like this.
Jason.
Yeah,
Hard
Jason's
pass.
going to take you to lunch tomorrow out at AmFam Champ.
Curly Lambeau, Bart Starr, or Tausch at his first training camp?
Star Wars 15, so it's Curly Lambeau.
Indeed it is. Question 2 is this. Which opposing quarterback was the first player Micah Parsons sacked last season as a member of the Green Bay Packers? Would you like the options?
Yes, to be safe. I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. The floor is mine. Jayden Daniels, Dak Prescott, or Jared Goff?
It was Jared Goff. He chased him down towards the right sideline.
Indeed he did.
Late in the game. The game was already in hand, but it was a big play to show.
You needed the
what
choices, Mike.
Parsons
You're
could
not
do.
showing off to anybody here.
I don't know. He just gave pretty good recall on how he went and tackled him. That's pretty
Question 3. Thank you again for so patiently waiting for us to get to trivia.
good. Lie to
Question
you.
3
The more
is
Mike
this.
calls and annoys you, the more I like him. I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't
I've
doubt
become
that.
a bigger Mike the Wedding DJ fan than ever after this appearance today.
Thanks, Tausch.
You bet.
Yeah, thanks, Tausch. Question 3 is this. Micah Parsons' final game played at Penn State was a prominent bowl game against Memphis at the end of the 2019 college football season. Which bowl game was it? Would you like the options?
Yes, please.
Was it the Cotton Bowl, the Rose Bowl, or the Fiesta Bowl?
Well, I'm pretty sure he never played in the Rose Bowl, so I'm going to guess the Cotton Bowl.
When you're good, you're good.
Oh, sweet.
3
And
for
lucky.
3. Almost like it was worth the waits. You get 4
Almost.
entries into Friday's drawing. And I believe you will hear your name mentioned a little bit later in the program as well. Mike, thanks for playing, and thank you again for being so generous with your time and patiently waiting for us to get the trivia when Christian Watson got a big new contract.
You're welcome. Love you guys. Even you, Jason.
I love you guys.
That's cute. I don't think Jason loves Mike the Wedding DJ. I think
no
you're
way
super
you're saying
annoyed
that
by
back.
Mike the
I
Wedding.
don't.
You just don't like him. Just admit you don't like him.
I don't. I have met
Admit
Mike
you
the
don't
Wedding
like him.
DJ. I dislike his. I found that to be a little presumptuous. I know he was trying to make a joke.
You didn't like him. Just like we just talked about this. Be confrontational when you have to be. You don't like him.
My issue is that we didn't make him wait because we just wanted to talk more about notary publics. It was kind of big news. We value other people's time, even his. We also value the partnership that we have with Annex Wealth Management because they help us value our money better.
Yeah, if you're getting a big $31 million signing bonus, $110 million contract, if you got a bunch of cash you're coming into, you got IPOs, it's been the rage everybody's talking about. It is hard to keep up with all of that stuff. You need a team of experts, and Annex Wealth Management is that. If you're looking to learn how to plan and stay on your goal with everything that's going around you, give the people at Annex a call. When they plan, they start by talking with you about what's important, and we'll start building from there. They rigorously test the plan against hundreds of different scenarios, all sorts of possibilities to make sure what they're building with you can stand up. Nothing's going to make you 100% calm when the markets are outgoing, but the experts at Annex will help you with your financial planning. Give them a call or go to annexwealth.com and hit the Get Started button to get your financial journey started with the great team at Annex Wealth Management.
We are very late for the 11 o'clock hour. That will start in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
Life's better under our roof. At Grimal & Associates with American Family Insurance, we know life isn't one size fits all. That's why we help protect what matters most: your home, your car, and the people who count on you. Ben Brust here for Grimal & Associates. Bundle your home and auto insurance to simplify coverage and save on the policies you need most. Contact Grimal & Associates Insurance today at 414-332-0838.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
I can't raise my arms, I can't kneel down, which means I can't play with the kids, golf with the guys, or get through a workday without exhausting pain. Hey, it's Ben Brust, and I'm here to celebrate what you can do. And that's exactly what QC Kinetics patients are doing. Not bracing for the next jolt of pain, it's gone. They've moved on back to living their lives. You've heard me talk about Dr. Caravelli and her team at QC Kinetics, and so many of you have been through their game-changing regenerative treatments done right in the office. No missing work, no surgery, no long recovery. The pain's back off. And we love hearing from you, how we here at ESPN Milwaukee helped you dig out from under that long list of can'ts and get back to living your best life. Go find out what you can do. It's a good life out there, folks. Go live it to the fullest. Get rid of that pain starting now. The consultation's totally free to see if you're a good candidate. Weekend appointments are available. Call 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur, on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Offices, One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now.
I saw someone from Barstool Sports tweet, "Wholly overpaid" on Christian Watson. All I've thought is, what a great deal for the Packers.
Me too. Yeah.
Is there anybody? I mean, the guy's name is Steve Chia, something. Chia. I don't know. Yeah, Barstool guy, big following. Thank you. I follow Big Barcat.
Big Barcat.
The Big Barcat.
Is he a notary republic?
He might be. So Big Cat. That must be why it's in my algorithm, because I don't have this guy as in my following or whatever. And he says, "Wholly overpay." Watson has one good rookie season. He gets all this money, and you're kind of like, Who on earth is there any Packer fan that agrees with Steven China? Maybe.
I'm sorry.
I don't know
Steven,
anybody.
Who is this Steven?
I don't know how to pronounce it. Cheah? Is that Chia? Chia?
I'm not familiar with
Cheetah?
Steve's work. To your point, however, look, $31 million guaranteed. When Drake London got $100 million guaranteed. Now, look, Drake London has been more productive and stayed healthier. I get it. I am not saying that they are in the same class.
So why are you comparing them then?
But $100 million versus $31 million would indicate to me that you got your number one wide receiver for a hell of a lot less than what the Falcons are paying theirs. And
well,
go ahead.
Maybe this means Christian Watson's going to be the number 2 and Matthew Golden's going to be the 1. I don't believe that. But let's not just completely poo-poo the fact that Christian Watson has done. He obviously is a speed guy. He's an over-the-top guy. I think he's going to continue to try to get better.
Okay.
But I don't think if you're going to say Drake London is their number 1 guy,
right?
Out
and Drake,
in Atlanta,
but wait a minute.
right?
Before you finish this thought, do you know what Drake London's numbers were last year?
I don't. I have no idea. No, I don't.
68 catches for 919 yards and 7 touchdowns.
That's
and
good.
he played a full season. Christian Watson played 10 games, and he caught 35 passes for 611 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Okay.
That is now again, we don't know what other guarantees there are currently in the contract. That is not out there yet. I would hope that there is more guaranteed money in the deal beyond just the signing bonus. But still, as of now, of what we know, there is a disparity of $69 million of guaranteed money. Essentially, Drake London got almost as much guaranteed in his 4-year extension as Christian Watson is getting in total. So regardless of whether you think Drake London is a hell of a lot better than Christian Watson or not, that whatever. I don't know enough about Drake London's play. What I do know is he only had 200 and some yards more, or 308 yards more of receiving yards, and only had 30 some more catches and 1 more touchdown in 7 more games. And
okay,
that doesn't
how much has Drake London been hurt? Like this isn't a vacuum. Like this is there's variables that go into
and I
this.
understand that the reason why this is the deal that Christian Watson is getting is because of his track record.
That's
I understand
exactly right.
that. But what I'm pushing back on is the idea that this is some sort of a colossal overpay is ridiculous.
What pipe do I have? Well, I forgot not everybody's watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
Watson
Jesse,
has
you wanna
missed
read that
28% of his career games. Watson ain't special. Tell Tausch to put the pipe down. Well, I don't have a pipe. I got a foam helmet.
Do you have a smoking
with the
jacket?
G&G.
I always thought those smoking jackets.
I got the little elbow sleeves. Here's the deal. Christian Watson is going to be a Green Bay Packer for a while, and I think the Green Bay Packers and our fans are always so worried about what guys are making, and I get it. I love the intrigue of it.
Drake London missed 5 games last year, by the way.
There isn't going to be a Christian Watson. I mean, is there any chance anybody's going to be sitting here, unless Watson has big-time injury, which is part of why he's got the contract he's got? Is there anybody saying, boy, the Packers overpaid Christian Watson other than Steven Chahia? I don't know. Jesse, is Christian Watson overpaid?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It took a long time to get there.
Very Well, Toa, thanks for your conviction on that. I'm glad you decided to
I mean, you
chime
know
in.
my thoughts on Christian Watson. I think he's great when he's
you
on
think
the
he's
field.
an average
and
guy that is totally replaceable.
He's great for 8 games.
He's Alan Lazard.
You know he's going to be great for 8 games, and if that's good enough to pay him $27 million a year, and then you hope to get a little more than that each season, go for it. And apparently they
Why
think
are you so
that's
fuzzy?
good enough. I don't know.
Why are you a fuzzy wuzzy bear over there?
Blurry. He's
You
a
know,
little
fuzzy.
blurry. Look, we all understand the economics.
Is this a 98%er? Is this a 98% if we say Christian Watson, overpaid, underpaid? It could be. I mean, is anybody gonna say he's overpaid? As Packer fans? No. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Christian Watson in 4 seasons has missed 20 games due to injury.
Okay.
Out of a possible 68.
Okay.
That's more than you would like him to have missed.
I agree.
But I don't think it's
why
it's not
Drake London has $70 million more guaranteed dollars than Watson. Is that stat you just put out? There is a correlation.
Drake London over the same period has missed 7 games.
This isn't hard to figure out.
I am not saying that the Green Bay Packers should have paid here. This and Stephen Shahia and I can agree on this. If the Packers had given Christian Watson Drake London's money, they would have wholly overpaid for him. I don't think this number is an overpay. I think this is a reasonable amount discount for a guy who's missed time and you have questions about his durability. That's all. That's where I stand.
Next year, we're doing this show the same time. Jesse, write this down. If we're so blessed to be doing 11 years, this contract, the Green Bay Packer fans, you are going to be bummed that this contract extension happened or super excited? It's going to be super excited. Unless he misses a ton of games because he's hurt. There is no other. If he is out there playing, you're going to say, great job. Russ Ball did it again, is what you're going to say.
Yep. But again, he and Reed both have to stay healthy. And you know what? It might start with a better night's sleep on a new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhafels. Right now, when you upgrade to a King adjustable base set, you'll get a free foundation and or 500 instant savings. You either get the free foundation or 500 instant savings, whichever you prefer. Plus, with Steinhafels 60-month financing, Queen Beauty Rest mattresses start at just $32 a month. And here's a bonus. Stop in and test rest a Beauty Rest Black mattress and receive a $20 gas card. Who doesn't need that right about now? Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com. Steinhafels, Wisconsin's mattress leader. Relax. It's Steinhafels. Relax. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Shop the Pig! Homer here, and I'm broadcasting live at the brand new Bayview Piggly Wiggly on Oklahoma Avenue this Friday. The Pig has a total new look with wider aisles, fresh produce, premium meats, bakery smells that should probably be illegal, and grab-and-go options to have you covered. Then on Saturday, enjoy live music, food samples, mascots, kids fun, and Marquette basketball players Nigel James and Adrian Stevens from 1 to 2. Make plans to stop by the Bayview Piggly Wiggly on Oklahoma Avenue. I'll be there Friday, starting at 5.
Piggly Wiggly, shop the Pig!
Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Got a grad to celebrate? Make it easy with a Cousin Subs gift card. Buy $30 in gift cards and get a free 7.5-inch sub for you. Valid on any Deli Fresh or Classic sub. So while you're giving a great gift, you're getting one too. Simple, thoughtful, and way better than a card that gets tucked away. Stop by your local Cousin Subs today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
I could absolutely see a world where the division cannibalizes itself and the Rams end up being the odd team out. Now, certainly they're not banking on that, but that could absolutely happen. It is completely plausible. And in most years, you're not talking about the third best team in a division making the postseason. It happened last year, but there's no guarantee that it's going to happen again. And then, oh, by the way, there is this bit of history working against them. Since 2000, there have only been 4 preseason favorites that actually won the Super Bowl. And we're talking about the majority of those teams being the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots. I think there's the 2006 Indianapolis Colts. They're sprinkled in there. That's it. That's the list. History is not kind to the darlings of the offseason that everybody expects to be in the Super Bowl in February before the games even kick off.
The new My Lowe's Pro Rewards American Express card. Earn 3 points per dollar spent on Lowe's qualifying purchases for the first 6 months after card account opening. Plus, save 5% every day on eligible purchases at Lowe's and earn points on eligible purchases everywhere else Amex is accepted. Card members get more at Lowe's. Subject to credit approval. 5% can't be combined with any other offer. Exclusions and restrictions apply. Points subject to loyalty terms at Lowe's.com/terms and credit reward terms at Synchrony.com/MLPRA-terms. Visit Lowe's.com/business credit.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love. Sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Clutter piling up? Take a breath. Badgerland Junk is here to help. Based in Milwaukee, they make cleanouts simple, fast, and stress-free. From single item pickups to full estate cleanouts, their team does the heavy lifting so you don't have to. Homeowners and property managers, this is your solution. Furniture, appliances, yard debris, even commercial cleanouts. They do it all with clear upfront pricing and no hidden fees. Serving Milwaukee and the entire metro area, visit BadgerlandJunk.com. Badgerland Junk, your trusted cleanout experts.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855-PELLA-WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Continuing our reaction to the holy overpay, according to some, Christian Watson contract agreement. 4 years, $110 million. Dr. J on Twitter. Is Watson's guaranteed money more than his signing bonus? I would think somewhat more. If this is the only guaranteed money in the deal, period.
Well,
Finn,
this year's salary will be guaranteed too, whatever that
right,
is.
but again, there's also the question of, so he's got this adds on to the existing deal he had for this year, so he's actually under contract for 5 years, right? And then that kind of lowers the average again. So we don't know the details yet, Dr. J, and I love Julius Erving. But it's a good deal for the Packers if he stays healthy. Obviously, if he has a bunch of injury problems, whether it's him or Teddy Higuera for the Brewers many years ago, players get paid and then they get injured. That's a bad recipe. Jesse, what do we have on the Carbless Talking text line as far as reaction?
Yeah, this one from Mike in Madison, not Mike the Wedding DJ, as far as I know. Watson isn't overpaid, so let's see what happens now that he is definitely the number one wide receiver. To me, based on what I'm seeing on the text line and the YouTube comments, it seems like Packers fans who know what Christian Watson has meant when he's been on the field think that this is a deal for the Packers.
No-brainer.
And those who are not Packers fans, who are viewing this from the outside, are like, wow, that's a lot of money for a guy that's only playing half a season. That seems to be the difference between those who think he's overpaid and those who think he's actually on a bargain deal.
That's a really good synopsis, Jesse, and I think that's probably accurate. I think you look at how many games he's missed and just straight up his stats, and you're probably looking at it saying, boy, that's a lot of money for him. But then you see the potential in what he's meant to this team when he's healthy and what he can do for this offense. And you're thinking, if he's as good as he is when he's healthy, oh, baby. Mm-hmm. But that's why both sides, I think, should feel, as we sit here today, I think both sides feel really good. If Christian Watson's is good and can stay healthy as his potential, he left some money out there.
Mm-hmm.
But the Packers, on the flip side of it, if he gets hurt and he doesn't play hardly at all, the Packers will say, well, we gave him more. It's a lot of money for somebody that hadn't done it. So that's typically the sign that, it's a good deal on both sides of it.
Again, if Christian Watson stays healthy, which is the caveat that will come with this every single time we talk about it until we're on the other side of the 2026 season and we have seen how healthy he has stayed and how productive he has been, you are paying low number one, high number two money for your number one receiver. And if Matthew Golden becomes a 100-catch guy, which we don't have evidence that he's capable of that. We've got some very positive reviews of him so far in the offseason program, but we have a guy that also admitted that he wasn't playing fast last year, was not a crisp route runner. He's got some growing to do before he becomes a guy that we're putting him in the Jordy, Greg Jennings, Devontae Adams, Donald Driver category of a true number one.
He's not there yet.
He's not anywhere close to that today.
Nope.
But, again, I think the bottom line, if we're being honest in our assessment, given what we know Christian Watson is capable of when healthy, this looks like a pretty good deal for the Packers.
Jason Wilde, you've covered this team for 31 years. Give me the Christian Watson comp of another wideout that you've covered over those 31 years.
I've been told Alan Lazard, but I don't think that was an accurate comp when that person made
that could be your comp if you want. I think you're crazy if that's who you think.
Here's the problem with comping him, and I'm not punting on the question like you punted on.
It sounds like it's 4th and 10, and you're bringing the punter out.
It sounds like you better hope this is a fake punt.
He's not.
You want to say Corey Bradford? I know you do.
No, I definitely don't. MVS.
Okay.
He's really not like anybody else. Like Jordy Nelson, who tore his ACL and missed all of the 2015 season, was pretty damn durable and had more evidence of what he was capable of. Although when he signed his 2011 extension, he really wasn't, right? We didn't really have as much evidence. I would say the closest comp that I can give you is Jordy Nelson, but I feel like
that's a hell of a comp.
But I would say there was something much more clip-worthy earlier today. That was definitely not it.
That would be clip of the day if we'd have time, if we didn't run the clock out like we're doing. That would be clip of the day.
Who said we're running the clock out? I'm not running the clock out.
We got
a big announcement
way
coming
behind.
up.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that would be different. I'm not. You make it sound like I'm running the clock out to avoid answering the question. Our big unveiling.
You just said Jordy Nelson and Christian Watson are the same player. That's what I just
That's
heard.
exactly what I said. Big unveiling. Our Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament of Champions bracket reveal. Which bubble team will be left out? I know who I'd like to see get left out. We'll find out together next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Summertime is when you'll find the largest selection of homes on the market.
But it's the bottom of the night, as it's also the time when homes move the quickest.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Andrea Woshinski. With more buyers competing, preparation, speed, and expert local guidance can make all the difference.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
A real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
Remember how you felt when you were 25? Your morning workouts were a breeze. You had a drive that kicked in way before your first cup of coffee. Does it feel like you're losing your edge? You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back to being the guy you used to be. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Feels like the world is a little broken lately. Maybe all we need is a fix. Most spirits are acidic. Fix Vodka is different. Fix Vodka is the world's first high alkaline, acid-free vodka. Handcrafted with natural spring water and select grain. Clean, smooth, done right. Better water, better vodka. Get your local Fix.
Fix Vodka.
Enjoy responsibly.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. If you're planning an annual meeting, leadership summit, product launch, or trade show, you already know the pressure is on. Events by Design takes those high-stake moments and turns them into immersive experiences that energize your audience and elevate your brand. They handle everything: designing, planning, production, ensuring your event is executed seamlessly. No stress, no scrambling, just a memorable experience that delivers. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss here for Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Get out of the house this summer and enjoy a great weekend at Road America, located conveniently between Milwaukee and Green Bay in Elkhart Lake. This legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course has been hosting the world's best racers since 1955. Bring the whole family. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. Camp on site, explore the grounds, and take in racing your way. It's more than a race, it's a full-day experience. Up next is June Sprints coming June 5th through the 7th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com. Life's better under our roof. At Grimal & Associates with American Family Insurance, we know life isn't one size fits all. That's why we help protect what matters most: your home, your car, and the people who count on you. Ben Brust here for Grimal & Associates. Bundle your home and auto insurance to simplify coverage and save on the policies you need most. Contact Grimal & Associates Insurance today at 414-332-0838.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
It's the moment we've been waiting for. Time now to unveil, in celebration of our 10th anniversary, the Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament of Champions bracket presented by Events by Design.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary presented by Steinhoffels. Nostalgia?
It's the best sports show in the state. It has been since 2016. It will continue to be. It's not even remotely close.
Appreciation.
I'm happy that with our partners and with our fans, we're able to kind of celebrate this.
Fun.
It's clear that you guys have done an unbelievable job of appealing to fans, partners,
Not as much teammates.
And competition.
The greatest of all time.
16 champions enter, but only one will achieve true greatness. This is the Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament of Champions, brought to you by Events by Design. For over 25 years, Events by Design has helped organizations create seamless, unforgettable events that leave a lasting impression. Search online Events by Design. We design, you party.
Yes, it is, gentlemen. The moment we've been waiting for, the Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament of Champions, is actually happening as part of our 10th anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels. Thanks to Events by Design, a proud partner of Wilde and Tausch's Trivia Tournament of Champions.
You know how they have, on Selection Sunday, and all the teams are waiting to see if they make the field of 68? Or whatever it is now, 76, or whatever they expanded it to. I am just hoping that somewhere in his little DJ booth, Mike, the wedding DJ, is waiting to see his name revealed. And I know he's going to get in, but I hope he's the 16th name, just to keep him waiting.
We appreciate all of our contestants and all of our fans who have been part of trivia over all these years. It was difficult to narrow this down to 16.
Could be some snubs.
Of course,
Can't
there will
wait
be.
to hear who the snubs are.
But here we go. Without further ado, we begin. We have 4 regions, just like the NCAA tournament has East, West, and all that. We have 4 regions that will be unveiling.
Potato corridor.
Well, hang on.
Oh,
we
geez.
begin.
Help himself.
We begin in the Old Reliables region. The Old Reliables region. Coach Aaron Mack in DeForest against Jerry in the Prairie.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a tough matchup for Coach.
And
Jerry in the Prairie has been here from the jump. I mean, wow, that's a tough draw for Coach Mack.
And Jim on the south side and Brian in Williams Bay. That's your Old
That's
Reliables
gonna be a
region.
good battle. Yep. That's just a couple old war horses going at it right there.
We move on to the Live, Laugh, Love region.
Can we analyze this, or do we
No,
got to go?
we do not have time for the analysis. You can analyze
Jerry
it as
and
we
the
get into
Prairie,
it next
heavy
week.
favorite to come out of this bracket. Go ahead.
In the Live, Laugh, Love region, Tyler in Illinois from the Bus family, whose wedding Tausch was invited to.
Saw
against
the buses.
Sparky in Sussex, the Yule log burning bright in the Live, Laugh, Love region. Then comedian Tucker in Wausau against Jeff in Monroe, whose wedding Jason was invited to.
Just
heavy favorites for Jeff.
Just glad that Mike the Wedding DJ is not in the Live, Laugh, Love region. Next
up, the Hard at Work region. Mike the Wedding DJ, there he is in the field of 16 against Chef Ed in a compelling first-round matchup.
Go, Chef Ed!
Mailman Matt and Tex in a work truck round out the Hard at Work region. Vocationally inclined here in this region. And then lastly, in the same name region, Matt Coonan takes on Matt in West Bend. And in what I think is the most compelling first round matchup, Murderer's Row, if you will, Dan in Cambria and Dan in Brothertown rounds out the field of 16. Here it is in full, presented by Events by Design.
All right. Jesse, I know I need to tell you about Events by Design, but you did a great job on this. And the way
awesome.
you chose regions and named them, everything being set up, what a great selection committee you make. And what a great group and partner Events by Design is. And if you're planning a high-level event, or if you're planning our anniversary, either way, and you could feel overwhelmed by that, not by me because I didn't do much of any planning, it doesn't have to be that way, because for over 25 years, Events by Design has helped organizations like us create seamless, unforgettable events that leave a lasting impression. Their team has been part of incredible experiences across Southeast Wisconsin, including helping us out with our big 10th anniversary celebration in Green Bay later this summer. What sets Events by Design apart is simple. They bring fresh ideas, careful planning, and expert execution to every event they touch. So whether you're building culture with an appreciation party, hosting a brand activation, planning your next gala, or pulling off a major industry event, Events by Design can help minimize your stress. Start designing your next event today. Search online, Events by Design. Events by Design. We design, you party. We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
The Packers are extending Christian Watson.
He is going to
Wilde
be...
and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Your road to the ESPN Milwaukee Open starts with one lucky phone call. Listen to On the Tee Tuesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee for your chance to qualify. 10 listeners will each receive a randomly assigned golfer in the Memorial Tournament, and the highest finish wins the grand prize twosome.
Thanks to Delzer, a division of Proof, The Bog, Marquette Athletics, Tony Wendorf and Associates, Events by Design, Boucher Automotive, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, Loyal Family Renovations, Gruber Law Offices, and Siding Unlimited.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And while buying a home is a big deal, it certainly doesn't have to be and shouldn't be a stressful experience. At Great Midwest Bank, we combine competitive rates, fast pre-approvals, and honest advice from knowledgeable loan officers to help you every step of the way through your home buying or building journey. For 90 years, our customers have been part of the GMB family. Experience a state of tranquility at GreatMidwestBank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Outfitting your team? Planning an event? That's a whole lot of moving pieces, and your custom apparel shouldn't be one of the headaches. At Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more, you get more than just printed shirts. You get a local partner who helps you design it, order it, and gives you the confidence that will all come together on time. From team gear to company events, no job is too big. Big Frog delivers quality, guidance, and a smooth experience from start to finish. Skip the guesswork. Go local. Come see us in Mequon or just jump online. bigfrog.com/Mequon.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. After your round, stop in the clubhouse for food and drinks. Call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Milwaukee Weight Loss knows the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no drugs or surgery, and they will show you how to keep it off for good. Get your confidence and your health back. Right now, $200 off summer special for limited time only. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to book your free consultation. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I know the value of gear that works as hard as you do. And with Father's Day coming up, Iron Jock has some great bundle deals for every kind of dad. Get a performance t-shirt and low-cut socks for just $35, a polo and cap bundle for $65, or grab a lightweight hoodie and jogger set for only $100. Iron Jock gear is moisture-wicking, anti-static, built with 4-way stretch, and powered by silver ion technology to help eliminate odor-causing bacteria. Shop Father's Day bundles now through June 21st at ironjock.com.
Clutter piling up? Take a breath. Badgerland Junk is here to help. Based in Milwaukee, they make cleanouts simple, fast, and stress-free. From single item pickups to full estate cleanouts, their team does the heavy lifting so you don't have to. Homeowners and property managers, this is your solution. Furniture, appliances, yard debris, even commercial cleanouts. They do it all with clear upfront pricing and no hidden fees. Serving Milwaukee and the entire metro area, visit BadgerlandJunk.com. Badgerland Junk, your trusted cleanout experts.
We are the home of green and gold off-season coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
On the show, 5-time NFL Pro Bowler Teron Armstead. Coming up, Basketball Hall of Famer Chris Webber. Author Adam Mansbach. And now, it's Rich Eisen.
Hour number 2 of the Rich Eisen Show is on the air. Teron Armstead can't quit us. He just can't quit us. He's just leaving right now. It's, honestly, by the way, Teron, we call this a Jewish goodbye in my house. We call it.
We were still talking about the possibility of Myles Garrett getting 30 sacks this year.
You really think that's the case?
Teron said it's not.
I know it's not unreasonable, but it's not like there's no slouches. There's some really good defensive linemen that he's now going to be on the same line with too.
Yeah, and the teams are going to have to figure out how to block all of them.
Yeah. I know. So,
but he did say it's not as crazy.
I know, but at the end of the day, when you put him through the win-loss ringer, he said 16-1 that they're going to rest their starter.
Nobody's punting.
I don't think.
But we
only
can't
Bill
say that
Polian
because it
takes
has
a knee on a
happened.
perfect season.
Somebody
Remember that he
has
did that?
Yeah.
He let the Jets in the playoffs because of that one year, I think.
So we can't say no one would do it.
But they didn't win the title that year. So what was it for?
I guess.
Good point.
Yeah.
Neither did the Pats, I guess.
That when he took him taking a knee on that season, and again, I just describe it to Bill Polian of the Colts, changed the way that the NFL put their schedule together. They're like, screw this. We're going to start putting division matchups at the end of the season. So even if a team rips off all these wins, it still matters.
Right.
It still matters potentially to win a division.
Which was smart. That was a smart
that was what happened. Yeah. Once upon a time, against the Colts, the Patriots were holding, and they changed the rules.
It's too early for you to get me going.
What do you mean early? What are you talking about? This is hour 2. This is hour 2.
It's June, though, I think.
What do you say? I don't know what you mean.
Oh, we can't. We can't. Let's change the rules. Bill Polian.
I'm just spitting facts.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Maybe Bill will get in the Hall of Fame this year. We'll see. We'll check back on his resume. See if it's improved any. Can't believe that happened, by the way.
Well.
Let's go to Willingham in Virginia. What's up, Willingham?
Hi, thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for making
I'm calling in to guarantee
the Knicks will sweep San Diego.
Oh!
Due to the fact, I am guaranteed.
The sweep? Come on now.
You there?
Come on now.
I'm guaranteed. See, this is what's happening. Okay, like the winners of all the 10 man, they thought the Knicks would be rested. They weren't rested. They were down with Cleveland. They thought they were going to lose. They came back. They just the year for the Knicks. The Knicks have become like Domac. They're everywhere. They're going to have the fan there and see what happened with San Antonio, like running a marathon. They are tired. Not just body tired, mentally tired. They are drained. And what the Knicks did, they punched them in the mouth. They won the game. They shouldn't have won, according to the media and all these people. But now, what happened, the Knicks won up on them. The Knicks playing with house money. And when the Knicks take them this time, when they get them in Madison Square Garden, it's going to be too much pressure for the San Diego. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you for the call. Willingham in Virginia. Okay. Overreaction Thursday.
I love it. I like his name.
Let's just go here, though.
That's dope.
Me too.
That's a dope name.
Let me ask you this question. If the Knicks do what Willingham in Virginia just said,
break out the broom,
would that be the greatest playoff run in NBA history?
Yes.
Now, they lost twice, 2 one-point losses to Atlanta.
Yeah, back last year.
No. It feels like last year. But
that'd be 15 straight wins? No, they're at 12
they're
right
at 12
now?
now, 30, 40, 15.
15.
15-2.
I mean, man.
No, they need 16 wins.
You need 16 to win.
Right. Yeah, they got one.
Yeah,
That's
they
right.
got one before.
They got one before.
That'd be 15 straight.
Right. 15 straight.
Yeah, 15 straight.
Yeah.
To end.
16-2.
To run.
Right, to run. And the margin of victory.
That's what I'm talking about. The
On
margin
top
of
of it.
victory, I think. Oh, man. I think it would have to be. The Lakers went 15-1 one year, right?
Yeah.
Back when
But
it was
Chris,
a 3-game.
Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant. Like,